Michael Jordan is still the ultimate winner.
Couldn't even beat a bunch of cartoons without Bill Murray.
What about Space Jams 2?
LeBron James willed his team to win.
LeBron is a choke artist.
What was Jordan doing before Pippen?
LeBron had more help to win less.
He's the greatest athlete this earth has ever seen.
That emotional, you know that's a LeBron fan.
I am a diehard Michael Jordan fan, here to take on these 10 LeBron James fans. I have 5 claims for you today, and each...
Wait. Hold on. What I see? I saw something. There it is. That's what I saw. Wow, buddy. I love LeBron. I can't go that far with him. I'm not wearing I Heart Michael Jordan shirts out in public, bro. Like, no. Come on. There's a problem here.
I have 5 claims for you today, and each one will be hotter than the last.
Okay.
Before we get into it, though, big shout out to Threads. Make sure to follow House of Highlights on Threads to keep the convo going. My first claim today, MJ was the ultimate winner, and LeBron is not.
Let's go. Right out of the gate. MJ's a winner. LeBron's not. Let's go. All right.
If we're talking about like who the bigger winner is, right? We do have to also acknowledge that there are things outside of what happened on the basketball court that makes LeBron James a better winner. Because Michael Jordan retired. So Michael Jordan retired twice.
Okay, so he already conceded that Michael Jordan's the better winner on the basketball court. Did you guys catch that? I'll replay it because it happened so fast. It happened so fast.
Who the
ultimate winner, and LeBron is not.
If we're talking about like who the bigger winner is, right? We do have to also acknowledge that there are things outside of what happened on the basketball court that makes LeBron James a better winner. Because Michael Jordan retired.
See, so we're gonna just take away the sports debate now, and we're gonna talk about other things outside of life. Like I've never heard one Jordan fan say, "Oh yeah, well that hospital that he and his mom just built, and what was it in Carolina? That one right there. That's the one that pushed him over the edge and made him the greatest of all time." Yup, had nothing to do with basketball.
Well, Michael Jordan retired twice, right? The first time he retired, he went to go play baseball and sucked playing baseball. Then he became an owner of the Charlotte Hornets, and they sucked for forever, right? So we're going to pull in like what he represents as the brand of basketball, right? Then the things that Michael Jordan did.
Oh, okay. So we should bring in the Jordan brand and how it's the most successful apparel company of all time. I do believe of all time. If not, it's one of the top. It definitely beats anything LeBron's ever had. I also would never use that in a GOAT debate because, like, what the hell, dude? We're talking about basketball here. But you want to talk about it? Fine. Beat that. Good luck.
Off the basketball court, the things that Michael Jordan did as the owner, the one that makes the decision, the thing that a lot of you Jordan's fans complain about LeBron doing, because he sits in the back and he picks who comes where. Well, at least he's building teams that's winning championships.
My claim is
his job, he's paid to play and win. His job is not a GM.
Jordan's the ultimate winner. Yeah. Obviously, I'm talking about on the basketball court.
Thank you, SKAP.
Sure.
You're basically saying he stunk at baseball.
He did.
And was bad at being an owner.
Did he stink at baseball?
Therefore, he is not the ultimate NBA winner. Is that what you're telling me? I just want to make sure.
You didn't say NBA winner. You said winner.
Okay.
Did he suck at baseball?
So what did? Did
Michael Jordan suck at baseball?
For sure.
Okay.
Wow, they think they're winning. Like, this is just a waste of time. Honestly, at this point, like, this guy's just wasting time here. He won't actually debate the real thing.
Michael Jordan was an owner.
Right.
Were the Charlotte Hornets producing?
Fair.
Okay, so then if he's the ultimate winner, then all of these things that exist.
All right, well, let's talk.
Fine. And now we need to throw in NASCAR, too, because Jordan's won 3 titles in NASCAR as an owner. That makes him the GOAT. Like, this is such a stupid debate. In other words, guys, you ever hear somebody talking like this? That means it's because he already knows he lost the argument. There's no way to argue that LeBron is a better winner on a basketball court than Michael Jordan.
About then the fact that he won a collegiate national championship.
Let's talk about college.
Fair.
You know why LeBron didn't go to college? Because he was a great winner in high school and he got picked number 1 overall out of high school.
LeBron James played international basketball. And he has 2 bronze medals. Mm-hmm. Michael Jordan never lost a single game in international play. Is 30-0. Is 4 gold medals.
Wait, last I checked, Michael Jordan's on the team with Charles Barkley and he
played
all these other great players.
Do you know when Michael Jordan's gold medals came by any chance?
Talk to me.
One of them came in 1984 when we weren't sending pros, and it was still collegiate players at that point. You say that Jordan's been on with all kinds of great players. LeBron's been on those same teams with all these great players. And he still has 2 bronze, and Jordan has no bronze. He has 4 golds and not one single loss.
Can we both agree that the discrepancy between U.S. basketball and international basketball then and now is much different?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so then what are we talking about? If the talent
That's why in 84 we had amateurs, we had collegiate players, and the collegiate players still won. That's the difference.
So talking about 6-0 and 4-6 in the finals.
Michael Jordan's never stepped foot on a basketball court with a player that can shoot the ball as well as Steph Curry has. He's never seen a basketball player as gifted as a scorer and as unique as a guy like Kevin Durant. So we can sit here and splice.
And he's never been on the same team as a guy who can get 30 at any given point and close out a game like Dwayne Wade.
6-0 and the 4-6. But let's also remember, if Michael Jordan doesn't retire the first time in 2 years, he's not winning those 2 championships. So he could be 6-2. We can also talk about that if Steve Kerr doesn't hit a shot in whatever game that was, they won a series that way, right? Michael Jordan.
Oh my God. Michael Jordan is the ultimate winner and LeBron is not. We are not on topic at all. Now, where's he going? Steve Kerr hit a big shot? Okay, cool. Okay, Chris Bosh got a rebound off of LeBron clanker. Passed it out to Ray Allen, and he hit a miracle 3. Okay, so Ray Allen, come on, man, stay on target.
Comes back, they lost in the second round of the playoffs. So we're talking about being a winner. He's 1-9 before Scottie Pippen arrived to Chicago.
6 championships in 15 years. Beat it.
So how much winning really?
I'm not talking. Hold on. You want to take away a Steve Kerr hit a shot championship? LeBron James was down 3-2 and down 5 points in an elimination game when Ray Allen saved his ass in that game. I didn't take that away.
LeBron James is also responsible for the greatest playoff.
You see how this goes, by the way? The LeBron fan says something stupid, and they think it's only going to be one-sided. So they throw the punch, and then SKAP is coming back as a Jordan fan saying, okay, well, if you want to say that, then we have, we have all these things to point out too. Same thing happened on the other end. That's why I'm doing it naturally, because it's what I would say back to him too. Like, oh, you wanted to go down there? Okay, well, here's this. But if you keep doing this, we'll never actually talk about the topic at hand.
You've never seen in your lifetime.
Also false. I didn't take that away. So I'm giving LeBron credit for his
playoff run and 3-1 in the finals.
And by the way, and speaking of that, there was a suspension and multiple injuries that we have to sort out. But I'm not taking that away either. Hold on. He's got 4. Jordan's got 6.
He does.
LeBron's lost 6 times. Jordan's never lost. Listen, if he's in one singular moment where he could just flex his all-time greatness, as you would say the GOAT, don't you think then we can count that against him if he loses in those moments? Would you not agree with that?
Sure, but also in these moments when LeBron James has flexed his all-time greatness, how many times in those moments has he failed?
Plenty. In 2011, he was in his 8th season. He was fresh off of back-to-back league MVPs. He again recruited a top 3 player to play with him in Dwayne Wade from the year before.
Dwayne Wade, if he went to
they went to each other, whatever.
Sure. That's worse, though. It's worse. He went to Dwayne Wade's team. It's worse. If he recruited, that's a lot better. Champions recruit great players. To go join up with a champion is a lot worse, sir. So, again, the LeBron fan calling out something he should not.
And people say Bosh top 10, top 15. I'm not talking that idiocy, but he's top 20. He was top 20. So a top 3 and a top 20 player in a series against one All-Star in Dirk Nowitzki.
And look, 2011 sucked. 2011 was is a massive black mark on his legacy.
Is the biggest stain on anyone's legacy
It's
ever.
not.
Dwayne Wade averaged 27 points on 55% in that series. Chris Bosh was averaging 19 and 7. And LeBron James was the 3rd leading scorer on his own team. He then also got outscored in that series by Dirk Nowitzki and Jason Terry, who was coming off the bench and played 70 fewer minutes than LeBron James. They were up 2-1, the Miami Heat. They were up 9 in the 4th quarter of Game 4 to go up 3-1 in that series. And they lost that game 86-83. In that game, LeBron James played more minutes than anybody, 45 minutes, 3 of 11 shooting, 8 points in 45 minutes for a back-to-back league MVP in his 8th season.
Look,
this is your GOAT. This is your all-time winner.
I'm not going to sit here and try to make it seem like...
Do you need more concrete examples?
I am not going to sit here trying to make it seem like the 2011 finals is a good thing.
Can you give me an instance of Jordan failing in that spectacular of a level?
Okay. Even though it's not going to be true, I bet he's going to bring up, let's say, Orlando in 94, because this is what they always do. Even though this is not comparable, we're going to be comparing an NBA championship with a stacked deck versus Jordan coming back for like 18 games out of retirement. You know what I mean? But I bet you it's what he does. Let's see.
Think being forced to retire after winning 3 straight championships.
Wait, that's even stupider. No, this guy just dumb. In what world was Michael Jordan forced to retire?
Forced to retire?
He had a gambling problem.
Yeah. You idiot. Even these guys are like, oh, you idiot. His father was murdered, you dipshit.
What are we talking about? He had a gambling problem.
Oh, they're clapping. All right, I change it. Let's make it plural. His father was murdered, you dipshits.
And they got him out of there. And if Michael Jordan were playing, I will give you this. Michael Jordan were playing basketball in the 2020s when gambling is loved all over the place, he wouldn't have been forced to retire. Here's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and spin the 2011 finals for you.
Wouldn't that make his GOAT legacy even cooler? If Jordan won 3 championships, he was so good and he was gambling or whatever, the league suspended him for an entire year and a half. And then after his year and a half suspension, the guy was so badass, he came back and won 3 more championships in a row. Wouldn't that make him actually look cooler? But the thing is I like truth, and it's just not true.
That sucked. It was really, really bad. I watched my dad. I cried. It wasn't good. I'm not going to tell you otherwise. But what I am saying to you is LeBron James, to be able to be who he is, to live up to the expectations that he had to live up to, coming out of Akron, Ohio, being drafted #1 overall. Who's the greatest Game 7 performer of any sport in your lifetime?
Bill Russell. Oh, in my lifetime, it would be Jordan, but Jordan never let it get to Game 7. So, and whenever he did, he won. It just never happened in the finals.
Bringing up Game 7s.
Who is
Jordan
it?
never even played in Game 7s. That's how great he was. He never played in one single Game 7 in the NBA Finals because he's too good.
What was Jordan doing before Pippen? He wasn't winning championships.
How many All-Star
I'm relieved to get a fresh face in here.
did he play with?
Hold on.
Before Pippen, he wasn't winning championships.
How many All-Stars?
See how stupid this argument is, though? Because the same thing goes for LeBron. How many championships did LeBron win before he ran to Miami? 0. Okay. Like, these are such, like, and it's so much worse. It's so much worse what LeBron did. So this is just one of those things I wouldn't bring up. Like, you don't bring up teammates, because if you're talking about teammates, LeBron played with 10 times the teammates that Michael Jordan ever did. And he did that within his first, 8 years, because he was already in Miami.
Did he play with before Scottie Pippen?
He was on me.
None. We're talking about what did Jordan do once he got one serviceable All-Star on his team? That's what we're talking about.
He had more than serviceable.
Fine, but LeBron had 2 perennial All-Stars in Miami. He had 2 perennial All-Stars in Cleveland, and he had a top 5 player in Anthony Davis when he won in LA. So to say that, Jordan just couldn't win without Pippen, well, he just didn't have anybody else. LeBron couldn't win at all with anybody else either. In fact, he needed 2 All-Stars.
Who did LeBron have in 07?
Well, more All-Stars, hold on, more All-Stars than Jordan. Ilgauskas made All-Stars. Mo Williams, it's more than
Mo Williams.
All right, okay. Well, you asked me who he had. You asked me who he had.
That's the thing. Why dig your own grave, Dumbo?
More All-Stars than Michael Jordan had before Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen came in the NBA and he averaged
LeBron fans, learn which topics not to bring up, because you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot. Stop it. Get some help. Why would you not think this through?
And 14 points his first 2 years, wasn't an All-Star. Became an All-Star in 89-90. That was the first year he was classified All-Star. In that year, in 89-90, Michael Jordan went to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Detroit Pistons. In that series, Michael Jordan averaged 32, 7, and 6 in that series. His All-Star Scottie Pippen averaged 16 in that series. And then in Game 7, Michael Jordan had 31, 9, and 8 in Game 7. Scottie Pippen in 45 minutes, 2 points. So Jordan lost when he got his first one-time All-Star. He lost that ECF in 7. The Pistons easily won the championship that year.
Yeah.
Then the next season after that, as Pippen finally ascended to All-Star, Jordan won 6 of the next 7 NBA championships.
What did LeBron have in 2018 when he dragged that team?
I don't remember.
That 2018 team, we're talking like, I mean, yeah, they
got swept.
Jeff Green. They made it. Dude, Jordan never faced a team. We'll get to this later. Jordan never faced a team anywhere near as good as the 2018 Warriors or any of those Warriors teams.
This
86 Celtics. Next topic.
This is the fallacy of you people. And when I say you people, I mean LeBron jock sniffers and bootlickers. That's what I mean. You're bringing up a year where he didn't even win. You're bringing up a year he got swept in the final.
Yeah, that's why I bring up the 86 Celtics. Sweep for sweep. All right, let's do it.
You brought up the
and then after that, let's compare help.
Conference finals, and you didn't discredit Jordan for you brought up the conference finals. Look at these stat lines.
You can take that. You can count it against him because he didn't win that year. Whatever. But what did Jordan do otherwise? 6 championships in the next 7 years. What did LeBron do after 2018?
Yeah, and
gallivanting all over the NBA, 2 All-Stars, the top 5 player. Like, look at Anthony Davis. So LeBron had 2 perennial All-Stars to win his first 3 rings. His 4th and final ring with Anthony Davis that year. Anthony Davis led the Lakers in points and rebounds in the regular season. He led them in scoring in the playoffs, win shares in the playoffs. He also was All-NBA 1, All-NBA defense 1, DPOY 2, MVP 6. That's what. He's a top 5 player.
And
the ultimate
Pippen,
winner.
He had co-coach. He had Phil Jackson.
And LeBron.
He had Phil Jackson.
Has Rodman
and LeBron has 8 guys that made 17 different All-Star.
He didn't have all those 8 guys at the same
selections
time.
When he played with them. Jordan had 1 guy that made 6 All-Star appearances.
And one of the greatest defenders of all time.
Okay, but I'm just saying LeBron had more.
AD was a better defense. Okay, AD was a defensive specialist on the Lakers. Plus, way more of an elite pick and roller than we've ever seen Jordan have, unfortunately. I mean, you want to compare AD versus Bill Cartwright and Luke Longley? I don't think we should go down that path. We shouldn't do this.
Help to win less.
The fact that you just brought up the Detroit Pistons game as like a negative for LeBron, they were down by 7 with 3 minutes left. He scored 25 in a row, 29 to 30. He scored all 18 points for a team.
Did I say negative?
He scored all 18 points in overtime. That's one of the most clutch performances of all time. They shouldn't have been. So now we want to discredit the Spurs series because he didn't play well. The team should not have been in that position.
But wait. The Pistons that year, they had essentially the same number of wins. They were the same net rating in terms of net differential.
Do you want to know why? Because LeBron James was on the team. You want to talk about Jordan being the ultimate.
They were the 3rd rated net defense that year that held the Spurs to 86 points per game in the final.
Well, he was the one scoring 29 out of 30. You want to talk about the Bulls, the ultimate winning machine.
Correct.
That's because they went from 57 wins to 55 wins in 1994 or 93 when Jordan retired for the first time, or retired. Who knows what happened, right?
I mean, this guy's all over the place, but I will comment on something as just a basketball fan. What LeBron did against the Pistons, what was that, 07, I believe he said? Where he basically took over the freaking game and just, he willed his team to victory. Wearing number 23, like that reminded me of Jordan. That's how good it was for one night. And then I hoped that maybe this was the new LeBron. He finally has that killer instinct. He understands what it takes to win. We never saw that version of LeBron again. So like LeBron, this guy's bringing up as a LeBron fan, this one night where LeBron was on Jordan's level and acting like it's special. It was special for one night. Jordan did it his whole freaking career. Big difference here, man.
Lost 2 less games. They lost in Game 7 to the Knicks in the second round. That team in the Phantom call in Game 5, the Bulls fans don't like talking about it. That team should have went to the Eastern Conference Finals without Michael Jordan. They had a top 20 player of all time.
Why would Bulls fans not like talking about it? The Bulls fans wanted the Bulls to go to the finals with or without Michael Jordan. Why would Bulls fans not talk about it? It makes 0 sense. Of course they talk about it. That was the biggest, knife in the heart for them.
Scottie Pippen, top 3 MVP, top 3 defense.
LeBron fans think that all basketball fans are all about the narrative. No, we're not out here trying to protect Jordan's narrative. We don't have to. You understand? We'll just tell the truth and how it happened. And the truth is way good enough to prove the damn point. We don't need to fabricate this crap.
Player of the Year, first team All-NBA, first team All-Defense. That was the guy, the greatest coach of all time.
Okay.
Tony, greatest sixth man of all time coming in. Greatest, I mean,
hey, I wasn't talking about help. I wasn't talking about supporting cast.
Tony, greatest sixth man of all time. I mean, he's definitely one of them. I mean, Manu Ginobili off the top of my head.
I am.
But if you do, we certainly can. LeBron James failed 7 straight years in Cleveland. Couldn't get it done. Fine.
What is failure to you?
He was the league MVP with the best record in the NBA in back-to-back years, and he didn't even make it to the finals.
Because they had Mo Williams. They had Mo Williams and Antoine James.
Why did they win all those games in a regular season then? Why were they able to win all those games, but when the pressure was on in the playoffs, they couldn't? Why? Mo Williams was good enough then, wasn't he? Actually, the irony is LeBron fans are so mean to Mo Williams. Mo was great. So was Ilgauskas.
They went 66 and 16.
Okay.
Why? Because they had the greatest player of all time.
So let's talk about it then. He couldn't win in 7 years. Whatever you want to call it, failure or not.
He could not win. He didn't win a championship. It's not all about. So what about?
He did not
what about
win
the
a championship.
It's not all about winning a champ.
And there it is. And there it is. We finally got there, you guys. We finally got there. LeBron fans, it's not all about winning. It's about stats. It's about all this, all the narrative stuff. It's not about winning. Jordan fans, bottom line, it's about winning. If Jordan went 4 and 6 in the NBA Finals, and I'm one of the biggest Jordan fans that exist, if Jordan only won 4 and he lost 6 times in the championship, I wouldn't be calling him the GOAT. No. Magic Johnson over him. Or, I mean, because we got Kobe would have been over him in that case. Or, honestly, we might be saying Kareem. But, yeah, I'm sorry, man. It wouldn't be Jordan if he went 4 for 6. But winning is the ultimate thing for Jordan fans and people who were born and raised in the generation that we were. Watching this is what we expected. We expected greatness, and greatness is achieved by winning. If not, you're just another great scorer, and we had plenty of those. But it didn't matter. Stats didn't matter. You had to win or else you didn't get respected.
You sound like Giannis Antetokounmpo right now. There is no failure in sports.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jordan
If there is no failure in sports, then there's no success. So if you can't say not winning was a failure, then you can't say you achieved ultimate success when you do win a championship. Then I don't want to see you celebrating. And why is it that when LeBron wins a championship, he says he wants his damn respect? And then a previous time he won a championship, he said, that one right there made me the greatest of all time. Why would the championship matter if, if LeBron fans say that winning doesn't matter? Why then? Why did those two things in LeBron's mind make him the greatest and also make him demand his respect?
Winner. You want to talk about supporting cast, so let's do it. He couldn't win, whatever you want to say. He was great in 7 years, but he didn't win a championship. He moves on to Miami. You want to talk about what Scottie Pippen was doing the year Jordan was there?
Yeah, I do.
Let's talk about Dwayne Wade. Yeah. The year before the team up.
Oh, yeah.
D Wade was All-NBA 1.
Okay.
He was All-NBA Defense 2.
Okay.
He was second in the NBA that year in PER, BPM, VORP, and win share.
Okay.
Second only to LeBron James. Hold on. And he was MVP 5. The year before that, he was MVP 3.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade was
already a Finals MVP.
A top 3 player in the NBA. Then, hold on, they recruited Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
What did Chris Bosh do?
Actually, I was mad at that time, and you guys might think I'm lying, but I'm not. Yeah, for those of you who've been following me for a while, I was a huge Dwayne Wade fan, right? Huge. In fact, I saw him as the possible second coming of Michael Jordan. Mind you, this was back then when we were still figuring it out. Kobe didn't have 5 championships. Dwayne Wade had 1. And I thought the sky was the limit. I 100%, 1,000% believed and still believe Dwayne Wade was the better player. So I never for 1 second thought Scottie Pippen's the better player over Michael Jordan. So it was never that you're teaming up with somebody better than you. That's what LeBron did. He teamed up with the Finals MVP, Dwayne Wade. That's not Scottie Pippen, man. No matter how much respect I have for Scottie and what he did on the court, this is not him. He's not this level.
24-11. He was 4th in PER,
Yeah.
18th in BPM,
Yeah.
19th in VORP, and 20th in win share. Top 20 player in the NBA.
Why were the Bulls still a top 5 team in basketball when Michael Jordan left?
Why did LeBron have to bring in two top 15 players on every team?
Who? No, they didn't.
Yes, he did.
Dwayne Wade. Why did Chris Bosh have 10 points in that game?
Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love?
He hasn't
Anthony
answered
Davis?
the question.
Anthony Davis?
Yeah, they're great players. Have you watched the NBA?
Players?
You need like 4 All-Stars to make the playoffs now. I mean, have you seen how good the NBA is right now?
We'll get into the
Answer the
competition. Don't
freaking
worry.
question.
Dwayne Wade before, in the years before, was a better player than Scottie Pippen.
Before.
But he was.
That word carries a lot of weight.
You are talking about Scottie Pippen when Jordan's not in the league. So I'm talking about Dwayne Wade before he joined with LeBron James.
But you can't mix up the
all those
timelines.
things Scottie Pippen did was when Jordan was playing baseball.
Yeah, when he was striking out more than getting hits. That would have shaved AA baseball. People act like he batted 190.
You got
in
me.
single A.
You got me.
What is
Jordan,
my cousin did better than that.
You got me.
Nobody
Jordan.
pretends like Jordan was the greatest baseball player of all time. No, he didn't get you, SKAP. No, we don't do that.
Was not a great baseball player.
How many championships?
Thank you, SKAP. Jeez, man, I forgot, man. These are hard to react to. These are really, really challenging to react to because I want to be in there saying this stuff.
Did Bill Russell win?
11 in 13 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many did Robert Horry win?
7, I believe.
Okay. 11 and
now
7.
they're going to diminish the championships thing, which is why I would throw out the why did LeBron claim that he's the greatest after he won a championship. Like, I would just throw that right back in their face.
Are greater than 6, yes?
Right, for sure.
He cannot be the greatest winner of all time if there's players with more championships than him, just based off of that alone.
In fact, I'm going to be totally fair here because, obviously I'm Team SKAP on this one, but this is after the debate and all that. I'm reacting to it. I have Bill Russell titled as the greatest winner of all time. Just because he stacked so many damn rings. As far as the greatest of all time, like the greatest player of all time, that's Michael Jordan.
Also, LeBron James is 4 and 6. Okay, Michael Jordan 6 and 0 in the finals.
Yep.
Right.
So-
Which that's a better record.
Let's do some simple addition. 4 plus 6 equals
10.
6 plus 0 equals
6.
So in order for him to go to 10 finals, he had to have won more than Michael Jordan did because Michael Jordan only went to 6 finals. So
That's brilliant.
winning doesn't start in the finals. Winning starts game 1 out of 82. So then to get to the playoffs, now I got to win 16 more to win the championship, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm winning more games than you have won because I went to 10 straight finals.
There's a lot to unpack.
Count the banners on the rafters. That's what the whole, from day 1 of training camp all the way to the final game of the season, this is what the goal is to put another banner on the rafters. Count them. And last I checked, 6 was more than 4. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in school, but I think 6 is more than 4. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong.
There, can I start, or are you still going? Okay, first of all, Bill Russell. There were anywhere between 8 to 14 teams league-wide back in the day when Bill Russell was doing what he was doing. Hold on. He also played at the peak of that run. He had 6 to 8 other Hall of Famers on the court with him.
By the way, I'm going to do the thing I usually do on these and remind everybody what the actual topic is here. Michael Jordan is the ultimate winner. LeBron is not. So even if the LeBron fan can put up a good argument for why Bill Russell is the greatest winner of all time, it still means LeBron is not. The whole challenge was to have LeBron fans prove that LeBron is a greater winner than Michael Jordan, which throwing in another name like Bill Russell does not change that debate.
Absolutely.
Again, Jordan, not even a single All-Star till the 89-90 season. He came in the NBA in 84.
Cool.
Okay, finally, Bill Russell was anywhere between the 3rd to 6th leading scorer on those teams. See, Jordan was, and yes, Bill Russell is arguably the greatest individual defender, but Michael Jordan also has 8 top 6 defensive player of the year finishes, 9 first team defensive selections.
Sure.
So he is still an elite defender in his own right, while leading the NBA, not just his teams in scoring, leading the NBA in scoring every year and in the playoffs every year substantially, by a lot. 33.5 points per game in the postseason. Only one other player in basketball history is in the 30-point per game range in the playoffs. Luka Doncic, 30, still 3 points behind Michael Jordan. So by far, look, no disrespect to Bill Russell. I have Bill Russell higher on my all-time list than LeBron James.
Me too.
He is an elite all-time player.
Well, I mean, what are you guys doing? Why are you bringing up Bill Russell then? Why are you bringing up Bill Russell? You don't like it now, do you? You don't like it now, do you? Dumbos. Why are you guys so dumb? Why do you guys keep shooting yourself in the foot? I have Bill Russell far above LeBron James as well. I think any respectable basketball fan probably would.
That absolutely blasphemous.
Michael Jordan is still the ultimate winner because once he got one single All-Star in his peak,
right?
He won 6 out of 7. He repeated twice.
Okay.
Like, to me, and the fact that he was the best player on offense by far and the best player at his position defensively by far in the NBA over that span of time. To me, the pull that he had, the ask that he had, the things he had to do, the responsibilities on those teams outweigh what you're talking about with Bill Russell, and they certainly damn sure with Robert Horry.
If you want to talk like who had the better team, Bill Russell obviously had a way better team than Michael Jordan ever did.
Then we talk about winning, right? We talk about winning.
But yes, but there's context.
There's context. There's also context to what you're saying about.
Sure.
Okay,
so
there's 8 to 10 teams or whatever in the NBA, right? So now we're devaluing the competition that Bill Russell had to play with. We can do the same thing for Michael Jordan. There's nobody hitting. There's nobody hitting a step back three when Michael Jordan was winning his championship.
It was God. This is how little you know. Step back three was called a travel back then. Dumbass. That's why nobody did it. You weren't allowed to do it.
Allen Iverson hit Michael Jordan with a crossover. He almost fell out his shoes. What are we talking about? If Michael Jordan had to go see James Harden, if Michael Jordan had to go see Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, he would be looking like, what the hell is going on? I don't know what's going on.
Can you imagine Michael Jordan if he was allowed to do a step back? Like, imagine what he would do in the post if he didn't have to abide by the rules of the pivot foot. You know, like the brilliant footwork that we know and love out MJ doing. Imagine if he didn't have to do that because he could just travel his way, you know, lift his pivot foot, jump backwards 3 feet, and then do a fadeaway. It would be the most unstoppable thing. It already was, but it would be even more unstoppable. So, yeah, no, it's a good thing we didn't have to step back because Jordan would have averaged 50.
I've never seen nothing like this. So we can say the same thing we're saying about the era's not as good. The same argument applies. And that would only lead to us coming to the conclusion that LeBron would be better because he's facing better talent. But that's a whole different argument. But I don't see the point.
Look, ultimately, in 6 finals appearances, Michael Jordan was 24-11. That's 69% win percentage. LeBron James was 22-33.
Okay, now let's add all of the rounds that happened.
22-33. Wow. I never seen it like that. Or I never heard it like that. Yeah, you're losing. Well, I mean, it makes sense with the record. Yeah, you're losing more of them than you're winning.
Happened before the finals, which are wins, which are on his back. He never has gotten carried.
LeBron James was in
the Buffalo Bills were the greatest team of the 1990s, according to this logic. They were the greatest team of the 1990s because they went to the Super Bowl 4 times. It took a lot of winning to get to those Super Bowls. So they must be the greatest. They're the best. So dumb. So dumb. Yeah, no, I was a Bills fan in the 90s. And we didn't give a damn how many games we won leading up to the Super Bowl. All we cared about was not getting our hearts ripped out and losing another Super Bowl. But they lost all 4, man. They did. We didn't consider that a win. No. We want no consolation prize. I don't want no participation trophy. We wanted the championship, and we didn't. So guess what? I would never brag about I would never brag about the Bills. I would never do it. Like some of those guys are my favorite players: Jim Kelly, Thurman, Andre Reed. I love these guys, but they weren't champions. So I couldn't compare Jim Kelly to Tom Brady or Joe Montana. This is not a conversation to be had because one of them got, the other, Joe and Tom got the job done. Jim, unfortunately, didn't.
far of the two conferences, vastly inferior conference in the Eastern Conference for the main majority of his career. And we're going to get into this with the competition. We're going to get into this. Yes, but the East was better back when Jordan was playing. Basically, when Jordan retired is when the West took over for this whole century.
How convenient is that?
It is convenient.
How convenient.
Yeah, it is convenient for LeBron.
What happened once LeBron went to the West?
I'm sure.
He was going to all these finals. He went to one finals. He went to one finals. He's been in the West in 8 years. He went to one finals versus 9 finals in 15 years in the East. See the difference? Yeah. 9 in 15 years in the East, and then 1 in 8 years in the West. So convenient for LeBron.
Prime of life versus aging NBA player.
Listen, so there's 15 All-NBA players every year.
Yep.
All right? Not specific to conference. 2/3 of the All-NBA designated players over LeBron's 15 year in the East came from the West. 2/3. So the best players, the best teams by far were in the West. That's why he loses every time he gets to the finals against those. Just 6 out of 10.
Not every time.
Because he failed in the clutch time, which substantially.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine, like, you fail 60% of your exams? You know, and someone says, man, you keep failing. And you're like, not every one of them. You know? I got 4 out of those 10, man. Like, come on. I want my damn respect. I won 40%.
Actually hindered his ring count. And we can get into it because I've got the numbers. I've got the receipts of how big of a choke artist he is in clutch time in the final.
It sounds like we're moving the goalposts a little bit, but
we're not moving them at all. The guy is a miserable failure in clutch time in the final. That's why he only has 4 and not 6 or 7.
And that's why Bill Russell has 11 and Robert Horry has 7.
Wait, what?
7.
And that's why Bill Russell has 11 and Robert Horry has 7.
That's why we say that Bill Russell's better than he was greater than LeBron James. Shake your hand. Good to shake your hand. Good job.
Michael Jordan faced harder competition than LeBron James.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
I did not drive 3.5 hours to listen to this absolute blasphemy. 73-9, the best regular season record of all time.
Ooh.
The best shooter in the planet.
Oh.
My buddy Owen.
Yeah.
0-32 when we're down 3-1. Klay Thompson. People don't even want to say things in a post-game presser anymore because Klay Thompson woke the beast. He came out and dominated the best team ever assembled. 73-9. Steph Curry was shooting from the parking lot, and LeBron James willed his team to win.
I mean, there was the little inconvenient thing in that series of Kyrie Irving, who outscored Steph Curry, who shot higher percentages than Steph Curry from the free throw line, the three-point line, the field. He averaged more assists than Steph Curry. He had fewer turnovers than Steph Curry. He basically outplayed the unanimous MVP as well that year. The two best players on the floor were LeBron and his teammate, Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie Irving, who had a 45-point game in Game 5.
What's this guy freaking out on? Hold on. I want to see why he's like having a spasm.
Irving. And Kyrie Irving.
What's his problem?
Irving, who had a 45-point game in Game 5 to stave off elimination on the road on 80% true shooting. Now, there's also the suspension.
Who was right next to who got hit?
Well, of course it was LeBron.
Wow, this guy's a character. Okay,
mixed up with Draymond. Look.
What are you even talking about? He's just talking about random shit now. Now we're talking about basketball IQ. Well, you want to go down that rabbit hole and talk about like Jokic and Bird and all these guys? Like, what are we doing here? Michael Jordan faced harder competition than LeBron James. Stay on it, big boy.
Of course it was LeBron mixed up with Draymond. Look, Draymond's hand gravitated towards LeBron's groin area. It's happening now too. I mean, we see it. We can't.
Facts.
I mean, we can't blame
Facts.
Dre for that. Okay, it's just like it's a magnet. Like it's just LeBron's groin. My hand is flying through it. Anyway, also too much stuff on your feelings, on your eye test. I'm talking just stone cold facts and data. All right.
Okay, I got you with stone cold facts and data.
Okay,
so
let's do it.
LeBron James was favored 3 times going into an NBA Finals. He went 2-1 in those. He was an underdog 7 times.
Wait. Say it again.
Let's do it.
LeBron James was favored 3 times going into an NBA Finals.
I don't care about what he says after that. So he was favored 3 times. Okay. I got it.
He went 2-1 in those. He was an underdog 7 times and won 2 of those.
Now, SKAP is going to do this because SKAP is like the Encyclopedia Britannica when it comes to this stuff. But, and I'm by far not. I do believe, though, an official stat is Michael Jordan never lost a playoff series when the Bulls were favored. I want to see if SKAP brings that up. Let me know if I'm wrong about that in the comments. I'm like 95% sure that's a real stat. He never lost a series when he was favored. So that already, like, yeah, that I don't even know why we're talking about this in this debate, because once again, Michael Jordan faced harder competition, blah, blah, blah. But since he is, I believe Jordan would win that one too.
Was favored every single time.
Wait, what?
LeBron 7 times and won 2 of those. Jordan was favored every single time.
No, he wasn't. That's an absolute lie. SKAP is going to catch that.
LeBron James willed teams to play in the NBA Finals that no one could ever even imagine.
In that putrid
going.
Eastern Conference, but go ahead.
All right, well, I'm not even going to touch that. Because the fact that he would take these players, it's LeBron.
These
it's
players,
LeBron.
those 8 guys that made 17 All-Star games while playing with LeBron.
Did Jordan ever win without Pippen?
Jordan had 1 All-Star that made 6 All-Star appearances when playing.
You see how fast it just happened again? So now Pippen trumps all of those 8 other All-Stars or whatever, however many All-Stars. You see how quick that happened. I'll show you again.
Did Jordan ever win without Pippen?
It happens right there. Hold on.
The fact that he would take these players, it's LeBron.
These
it's
players,
LeBron.
those 8 guys that made 17 All-Star
So
games.
instead of addressing what SKAP is going to say about talking about how much help LeBron had, instead, what about Scottie Pippen? You see this? So now Scottie Pippen is so great. He's better than 8 All-Stars combined. What the hell are we doing here? Like, you guys are delusional. Like, this is this might be like a mental illness, like a new mental illness.
Playing with
Did Jordan ever win without Pippen?
Jordan had 1 All-Star that made 6 All-Star appearances when playing with him. LeBron had 8 different All-Stars that made 17 All-Star games when playing with him.
LeBron is going through top 75 players in his playoff run.
Oh, I'm glad you're trying to get into the harder competition.
Yeah, top 75. Yeah, okay. He also teamed up with how many top 75 players?
Isn't playing against Joker and Embiid and the best shooter to ever grace this earth and Kevin Durant. Like, I could suit up and play.
He did play against Ray Allen and Reggie Miller, who were, and Larry Bird, all arguably, up there at the very top of the mountain as like the greatest shooters of all time. Up until recently, Steph, he took that crown because, not to disrespect Steph, but he also shoots like 3 times the amount of threes as any of those other guys I just listed. But Jordan still managed to win despite having great shooters in the league.
It's just completely different.
Totally.
Jordan went to the same practice facility, the same coaches, the same teammates. He won with so many players have rings because of LeBron, and so many don't because of LeBron.
I'll tell you, I'll tell you.
It's a shame we don't have a statistic that can match an individual player in the.
There is, and I have more.
There's points.
There is more that I can give you.
Jordan isn't even top 10 in points. LeBron's got 10,000 more points.
Oh, because he played so many more games.
Exactly, because he's the greatest athlete this earth has ever seen.
You're disqualified. Get out of here.
Nobody in the 90s could shoot.
They did it.
Tactics were.
I was joking, but like straight up, if I was in a debate, that outburst, which let's watch it one more time. Let's watch it one more time. I won't remember, but in my head right now, I'm telling myself like this will be like the intro, like the teaser. But after this, I would be like, I don't want to talk to this guy no more. He's compromised. He's emotionally compromised.
LeBron's got 10,000 more points.
Oh, because he played so many more games.
Exactly, because he's the greatest athlete this earth has ever seen.
Nobody in the 90s could shoot, and tactics were really rudimentary and bad. And, the last guy.
Defense was much better, though.
No, it really wasn't.
Yeah.
Beating someone up is not really defense.
Well, wouldn't you admit that it's harder to score and make these highlight plays when you're getting beat up and mugged and grabbed? Wouldn't you admit that?
I would.
So if guys can't touch you and they're just running up and down, making wide open shots and layups, it looks better?
Invented the game.
Yeah, he didn't want to hear any of it. That's what sucks. He was talking over it, even though like SKAP basically just hammered that down. but he's gonna deflect it now because he's already in complete denial. He's in complete denial of the fact that he's so wrong about everything. So let's talk about James A. Naismith. Okay, let's talk about him in Springfield. Go ahead. What do you have?
Purpose that these players would not strike each other. That was the whole purpose of the invention of the foul. Back in 18,
it
whatever
doesn't make it easier or harder. It doesn't change where we were in the 80s and the 90s. You know, that's where we were in the game, and that's why we say this was the hardest era to freaking score in, to win in, because you were getting your ass kicked, and it had to tone down a little because it went too far. So how is that not harder than an era where you can't even touch anybody? Look at SGA and then tell me that it's not easier to score now than it was back then. Just honestly look at it. You can't say that with a straight face.
If they were doing it by that intent in the 90s, then probably these guys would have looked a little more skilled and better.
That's really not what we're talking about. Sure. The general skill of the average player in 2026 for basketball is so much greater.
This is the problem with what you're talking about.
Let's hear it.
It's because it's all about your feelings and your individual eye test.
Yes, it is.
You keep stating all of these things that are not factual at all. You're saying we all agree. We all agree. I don't agree. I disagree.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant's the most skillful player I've ever seen. He was drafted in 1996, a year before you were born, so you probably don't even remember seeing him play in his peak. And then he retired. He popped his Achilles in 2013. So we don't agree. Furthermore, how was the gameplay in the 1960s?
Actually, I think I'm rather qualified to answer that question because I worked on the Bill Russell Legend documentary. It's on Netflix now. So
okay.
I've watched a huge amount of that.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Okay.
And how did Wilt Chamberlain play? He was like Omega Wemby, who was 300 pounds, and he kind of just said, throw me the ball and I'll just jump up and dunk it.
So you would admit that Bill Russell was an elite player?
Absolutely. He's in the top 5 or 6 of all-time players.
So Wilt Chamberlain was in an era with him.
Yes.
And yet people like you in revisionism will say, oh, well, he was just playing against 6'6" guys that couldn't defend him, and that's why he was so great. He was playing in an era with Bill Russell. So it's an obvious
if it wasn't
fallacy.
for Bill Russell, Wilt would have been stacking those championship rings.
But my point with Bill Russell. So it's an obvious fallacy. But my point here is, so the problem is with you saying the 90s stink is like everybody's eye tests are different. They see different things. They've experienced and lived through different things. So I don't want to talk about. So I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about your feelings or your eye test.
That's it right there. Shit. That's the summary. You know, I've been doing this YouTube channel for what, like 2.5 years, almost 3 years. I really don't know anymore. I've never really kept track. All I know is, however long it's been, that's how long it's been since I took a break, and I'm about to take a break. That's exactly what it is. This is what it's like having a basketball YouTube channel, you guys. I'm just gonna let him say it again.
So I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about your feelings or your eye test.
I don't want to talk about your feelings. That summarizes how I feel about all the LeBron fans in my comments all the time. Nobody, and I mean nobody, brings up anything factual. It's just an emotional outburst. And it's usually something along the lines of, you don't know shit, you're an idiot, LeBron is the greatest player of all time. Like, how can you be so stupid you don't see it? So just because I don't share this emotion that you have about LeBron James, and my eyes aren't seeing the rose tinted, I don't have rose tinted glasses on like you do about him, I'm stupid. This is exactly what it's like. I don't care about how you feel. I don't care. What do you know?
Talking about specific measurable things.
Well,
so do you want? Do you care?
We're talking
do you
about
care?
just
do you
the
care
gunner
answering?
On his team, and all he does is shoot. The entire team is functioning. That, hey, everyone, get out of Michael Jordan's way so we can shoot 25 or 28 or 32 times.
So what you're saying is,
we just went down this rabbit hole with that Eric Smith video, and we showcased Jordan playing point guard for one little stint, which LeBron got to do his entire career. And Jordan, those numbers were stupid on the assists, man. While he was still getting 30 to 40 points a game, he was getting like 16 assists, 15 assists, 12, 9, 15, 17. while still getting like 5 steals, 2 blocks, still shooting over 50% and getting like, anywhere from 5 to 10 rebounds. Stupid. It's just ignorance. That's all it is. They just don't know. They feel they don't know.
He's not efficient.
Yes, he's the volume god.
I understand.
And that's how in 15 years or whatever it was, including the 2 where he just was doing absolutely nothing and embarrassing himself at the end of his career and like falling over and getting dunked on by young men with athleticism.
Who, LeBron?
It was like he's just running it up. I don't understand what we're talking about here.
Okay, I understand.
And what does he do better than LeBron? Let's talk about that.
Score. I'll let SKAP do it.
Or defend, win.
No.
Okay,
no.
But wait a second here. Can I answer anything that you just said?
Yeah. Just because you feel a certain way, man. He just dismissed everything SKAP said, and he said it really fast. Score, defend, win. Boom, 3-3. That's 3 good ones. You can't even debate with that.
I can't even get a word in edgewise here. Look, Jordan scored what he scored.
I want to see it again. What the hell? We're going out with a blast today.
But wait a second here. Can I answer?
He do better than LeBron. Let's talk about that.
Score, defend, win.
No. He's actually rejecting it, saying no. Well, prove it. How can you prove any of that?
Wait a second here. Can I answer anything that you just said? I can't even get a word in edgewise here. Look,
that's the stupidest thing. Like, that's actually embarrassing. If I were his guys, I'd vote him out. Because you want to talk about DPOY, you want to talk about all the defensive first teams, all that. Like, obviously, Jordan on the defensive end. You want to talk about, you like stats? You want to talk about steals and blocks then? Obviously, Jordan wins this. This is the dumbest thing I ever heard. Scoring, look at the average PPG. That's all you got to do for scoring. Easy win. And in winning, 6 championships versus 4. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, you can't just say no, and then it disappears.
Jordan scored what he scored in an era where scoring per game was substantially lower than it is right now. That's one. But you're talking about efficiency. Fine. Hey, I'm with you. Let's talk efficiency.
Yes.
Player efficiency rating, which measures.
Absolutely.
Let's talk BPM, PER. Efficiency metrics. You're saying Jordan was a gunner. He was inefficient. LeBron's
How was he inefficient?
So
How was he inefficient? He was over 50%. And then you want to talk about like shooting and scoring. Then how about free throw percentage? Jordan wins that battle too. Like, what are we even talking about here?
Why is it that, riddle me this, why is it that in all of LeBron James's peak, he never once eclipsed Michael Jordan in regular season PER BPM, never once eclipsed Jordan in playoff PER BPM. And guess what? Nikola Jokic is number one in those things now. So Jokic was able to do it. LeBron wasn't.
You know, from the moment that LeBron stepped on the scene, there's been just gentlemen like yourself who this is the key topic of conversation. We all talk about the scandalous person, scandal-less, this person who is fantastic and like has all these attributes to him. He's under a microscope, so he understands that if he goes out there and he shoots 32 or 35 times like the GOAT, his airness or whatever it is, he would just say, look at this guy. Doesn't he know he has teammates? Doesn't he know this, that, and the third? He's a selfish, anything LeBron would do, they would do the opposite.
Because he was afraid to take those shots?
An open shot.
Because he choked unequivocally in the biggest moments with those shots?
6'9" flying tank and drive through the air.
No, he's not doing it because he's nice. And he doesn't want to appear not selfish. If that was the case, 2013 against the Spurs in the finals with the Heat? Why did he take that 3 with about 6 seconds left on in the game? Do or die 3, the one where Chris Bosh gets the rebound, passes it to Ray Allen, and Ray Allen saves the day. Why would he take that shot then? The fact is he missed it, but he took it. Now, didn't he? So he is selfish, I guess, according to you.
Does that mean he's afraid of you? No, I don't think so.
Epic
he's just making
choke artist when it matters.
That's why he has the most buzzer beaters in history, the most clutch shots to go ahead in the last 30 seconds, last 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 5 seconds.
He is the antithesis of clutch when it matters, and we're going to talk about that at some point in this show.
Falsehoods.
It takes me back to the lip choke video. Okay. Part 2.
Okay, welcome me here. I think about NBA history.
Okay.
It's like a story, right?
By the way, topic at hand is Michael Jordan faced harder competition than LeBron James. Let's roll.
And when you're telling the story of the NBA, the modern NBA, right?
Yeah.
21st century.
Right.
What teams are you spending the most time talking about, right? What dynasties propped up in the 21st century?
Well, the Bulls are the greatest dynasty in modern era.
Okay, all right.
Post 1976 ABA NBA merger, the Bulls are the greatest dynasty.
There's an organization known as the San Antonio Spurs, and the only time they
arguably not a dynasty
lost during the Tim Duncan window was to a LeBron James led team. You want to talk about the Golden State Warriors?
Wait, what? Oh, you mean in the finals?
Who almost had the perfect...
lost twice.
Okay, but Tim Duncan's only finals loss came to LeBron James.
Okay.
And then you want to talk about...
But he beat him 2 times out of 3.
Great, but I'm just saying, if there is any argument there's a chink in their armor, LeBron James was the reason for that.
Oh, yeah.
And then you want to talk about the Golden State Warriors, who almost had the perfect season. LeBron James is the reason they didn't.
Curry beat him 3 times out of 4 in the finals.
But when he lost, it was coming off of the greatest regular season. Right? A unanimous MVP, historic season. That story didn't end well because LeBron James had a different ending, right? You want to talk about the Boston Celtics? LeBron James put a knife in the heart of the Boston Celtics dynasty on their last legs and made sure to send Kevin Garnett and...
Dynasty? This guy's throwing out dynasties for teams that won 1 championship. Because I'm sorry, the Celtics only won 1 championship. So what do you mean knife in the heart in the Celtics dynasty? No, dude.
Paul Pierce packing to Brooklyn, right?
If I'm not mistaken, the rule for a dynasty is you have to at least repeat. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, they didn't do it. So these are 2 teams that he's claiming are dynasties. And I think the Spurs have a much harder claim to this. But I still don't think even the Spurs, like, they don't get to be a dynasty. They didn't repeat. They were fucking amazing. Excuse my language. But, they stayed amazing for a long time, but they didn't repeat champions.
Hey, LeBron James keeps showing up in competition with these great teams, these great Hall of Fame players, and ending their hopes. I told you that we're writing a story. When you write the story of NBA history...
Flip that perspective. And you can say all these great teams, for instance, the Spurs, they ended the Kings' hopes 2 out of 3 times. Steph Curry ended the Kings' hopes 2 out of 3 times. Okay, we can flip it.
History. I'm not spending a lot of pages on the Barkley Suns. I'm not spending a lot of pages on the Sean Kemp, Gary Payton.
Do you know why?
Sonics. Wait. I'm not done.
Because Jordan beat them all.
I'm not done. I'm not spending a lot of pages on the Karl Malone and Stockton Jazz, but I am spending a lot of pages on the San Antonio Spurs, who LeBron beat. I'm spending a lot of pages talking about Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry, who LeBron beat. I'm spending a lot of pages talking about all these Hall of Famers, and LeBron has beat them.
How many times in Michael Jordan's career playoffs did he play either the MVP of the NBA or a year that he won the MVP, the runner-up to himself?
Would any of those players who were MVP or runner-up be better than Tim Duncan all time, or Stephen Curry all time, or Kevin Durant all time?
Here's the problem.
Because I'm not putting Barkley above those guys. I'm not putting those guys above them.
Karl Malone is the 3rd all-time leading scorer in NBA history.
That has never mattered more.
Hold on.
Oh, but it matters when it's LeBron.
The 3rd all-time leading scorer in NBA history. He in 3 straight years he went MVP, runner-up.
This is everything SKAP says. This dude is freaking mad.
To Jordan MVP. He averages 25 and 10 for a 19-year career.
He also had a playoff efficiency drops.
If he won championships, he would be a top 10 to top 12 player if he won championships.
That's if, though.
He didn't because Jordan didn't let it happen.
Okay.
He didn't eat on Jordan's watch.
Yes.
That's the point. Like, these people's legacies are inflated in some degree because they're getting rings on LeBron's watch. Jordan didn't let that happen.
Jordan also didn't play for a quarter of a century, right? You want to talk about All-NBA.
But he's only won 4 in a quarter of a century.
You mentioned All-NBA. LeBron has the most All-NBA first teams of any player ever, right? I think another angle on the competition, LeBron is also competing with Father Time, and he's giving him some blows. Because you talk about LeBron James.
Is this about his competition?
Well, you're talking about All-NBA as a metric of greatness. That I'm going to flip that around on you, because LeBron has made All-NBA more than anyone. He is the youngest player to ever make an All-NBA team. He is the...
LeBron only has 3 more than Jordan after how many more years now? 7 more years, right? Okay.
oldest player to make an All-NBA team.
I mean, in my opinion, the Jordan stat looks better than.
Has done things throughout his career. We always talk about, oh, this guy was ahead of his time. This guy, if his game was a year earlier or a decade earlier, LeBron has shown that. LeBron has played across all these different iterations of the NBA. He's played in the dead ball era in the 2000s. He's played in the pace and space era. He's played in the small ball era.
He never played in the hand check era. The second he got drafted, the hand check was gone.
He is still playing. A couple weeks ago, he played against the Houston Rockets at 41 and was the most impactful player in the series. So if you want to talk about competing, LeBron is competing with conventional wisdom of what greatness looks like, and he's winning that conversation.
LeBron is competing with what conventional wisdom looks like, and he's winning that. What kind of mental gymnastics are you pulling just to avoid the actual heart of the question, man?
Listen, if you want to talk about elite, right, and we're going to talk...
And this guy eating it up. He's like, those some words I haven't heard before. Like, you put the words together, and I'm not so sure they make as much sense as you think they do.
About longevity in a bit.
Sure.
But LeBron has won his last MVP at 28. He was last designated. Hold on. He was last designated.
Hold on, guys. I'm not hip. What's this mean that he's doing right here?
Won his last.
Hold on.
Right, and we're going to talk about longevity.
What's he doing here?
Sure.
But
what's that? What's that mean? One hand to the side and one hand just going around in a circle?
LeBron
doing something?
Has won his last MVP at 28. He was last designated. Hold on. He was last designated All-NBA defense at 29.
Okay.
He's been All-NBA All-NBA Selection 1 team once since 33. Jordan at...
Think about what you just said.
Hold on.
33.
Hold on. In his last year, Michael Jordan, before he retired 3 years and came back at like 40 to play with the Wizards.
Which we pretend doesn't happen.
No,
we don't. No, we could talk about it all day.
About those if you want.
Okay.
But in his last year, he was 34 at the beginning of the year, turned 35 in February, 35 the second half of the year. Jordan was All-NBA 1, All-NBA Defense 1, MVP 1, DPOY 4, MVP of the Finals, champion.
Great.
So LeBron James his longevity pretty overrated in my estimation because Jordan was more peaked later than LeBron James was.
You know, Michael Jordan, we talk about killer instinct. LeBron has killer instinct too because LeBron continues adding to his game so he can adapt and play in the modern era. He's not just sticking around taking threes in the corner like he could be.
That's not killer instinct. Killer instinct is a mindset. What you're describing is simply adding more skills. You're talking about skills versus mindset. These are completely different things. Skills help back up the mindset of a killer. However, a killer needs to have skills in order to kill. You know what I mean? Like it's not the same exact thing at all. So yeah, talk about being a killer. No, go kill when you know the target is within sight. In other words, in the NBA Finals, and it's time to kill, the championship is within sight. It's within reach. The killer takes it. LeBron is 4-6 in that situation.
He's 41 years old, giving you 21, 7, and 7, outplaying lottery picks and high draft picks in the playoffs and the Houston Rockets with Şengün and all those guys. LeBron doing that is a testament to him being willing to adapt and evolve so he can be impactful as the first option, second option, or third option. Whatever the Lakers need him to do, he's still doing it because he can still do it, and no one else has ever done that.
That was a terrific soliloquy. It really was.
First of all,
next.
You're a beautiful man. I understand why it's hard to argue. I mean, your jawline is Hollywood. These lights are really...
Don't cut this. Keep
it's good lighting.
Go ahead.
I mean, you get pissed over here. You get up here, you're like, oh, shit. Just don't look at me in the eyes, you know.
Don't you cut this. Don't you cut that out.
The Jordan playing better competition... I mean, you asked Jordan in The Last Dance, he laughs at all of his competition. He said, oh, these guys are freaking bums. He never had to play the Kevin Durant Warriors. They were an NBA cheat code. You had a 73-win team, and then you added Kevin Durant. I mean, that team beats any team in NBA history.
The 2018 playoffs, the second year they were together, that they ran LeBron off in 4 games, 4-0 sweep. What if I were to tell you that in the Western Conference Finals, we were talking off camera before the show started about what a loser James Harden is. What if I were to tell you that the Houston Rockets...
Wait. So these guys agree that James Harden sucks, but they're... I thought they'd be one and the same. Like, in order to defend LeBron James, I thought, like, you know, you'd be the same type of personality to defend James Harden year after year. I guess I'm wrong.
Taking the 7.
Do LeBron James fans appreciate any other basketball player other than LeBron James?
James Harden not only took them to 7, the Houston Rockets, led by James Harden, not only took them to 7, they were up 12 at halftime of Game 7. And then little Game James came out and crapped in his pants.
And Chris Paul was great that series. Chris Paul was great.
Well,
he didn't play Game 7.
He didn't play, right.
But he was great for 6 games.
Yeah, really, really interesting to point that out. So if Chris Paul didn't get hurt, they might have beat what this guy is proclaiming the greatest team of all time. James Harden might have beat the greatest team of all time. Not LeBron James. Interesting.
Likely, if he didn't get hurt, probably they were up 12 at halftime, and little Game James came out and crapped in his pants, and there was no Chris Paul. You're saying no team in NBA history could have ever beaten that team? James Harden-led team almost beat them the series before.
Almost. And then he choked against the best team that was ever assembled in NBA history. Who was LeBron James' running mate that year?
Well, the year before it was Steph Curry, and they traded Steph Curry for 2018.
Who was LeBron James' running mate 2018? Who was his number 2?
Well, his only like all-star caliber player was Kevin Love after they traded.
And was he an all-star that year?
No.
So he was all-star caliber according to you.
What about the year before in 2017 when they lost 4-1?
Well, that goes against the LeBron makes players better because he was an all-star and an MVP runner-up before he teamed up with LeBron James. And then a couple years after teaming with LeBron James, look how we're talking about him. Look how they're talking about him. Was he an all-star? No. Like, that's it. He's just, like, dismissed. So, that's one strike against LeBron makes people better, makes players better. No. Most of the time, he makes them worse, unfortunately.
When he had Kyrie Irving.
And Kyrie for a second year in a row, because remember in 2016, we already talked about it earlier. I said Kyrie outscored Curry and outshot him from every level. 3-point, free throw, 2-point, right?
And LeBron James was the best player on that team.
Hold on.
And he was
in the next year in 2017, that unbeatable team. That year in 2017,
they never got beat when they're healthy. But
Irving still outscored Curry in that series and outshot him from every range, 2 standard, 2, 3, and free throw. So and Kevin Love, who was a perennial all-star then, gave you 16 and 11 in that series. The thing that was the big difference was Durant versus LeBron. Both those guys' numbers look terrific in that series. But KD was the guy that was getting it done in clutch time. KD was the one that was cooking in the fourth quarters of that series. That's why LeBron failed in those series. But even still, even if I grant you that those losses weren't LeBron's fault, he's played 23 years. He's been in 19 playoff runs. Like, it's not about the failures. It's about the collective successes and what you do to offset the failures. LeBron has had more time than Michael Jordan, way more, to answer some of these questions, to the ones that, weren't his fault, or the 2011 epic choke job. And he just simply hasn't done enough to outweigh all of the failures in his career.
I agree. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Good way to put it.
Jordan's peak trumps LeBron's longevity.
Oh, all day. And LeBron's peak. You know, we could go peak for peak on this as well. All right, let's go.
What specifically are we comparing from peak
I don't
to
want to.
longevity?
No, please. You lead the way, and I'll respond to you. You want me to lay it out to you?
I would love for you to lay it out for me. Okay. Yeah, it's easier for me to beat you if I just know what I'm doing step by step.
Perfect. Well, LeBron James, because he is so elite in terms of his longevity, and the fact that he's been basically peak from 20 to now, so 21 years worth of it. I would expect him to have been far more accomplished. We're not even talking about winning. I would expect him to be far more accomplished in terms of an individual, and has shown his individual dominance over Michael Jordan with all of the additional years that he's had the ability to be out there accruing these things.
He's got the longest peak any sport's ever seen. That's not a showcase of his individual dominance.
So 22
dominance is winning.
Actual qualified years, because he only played 45 games one year. He did.
Young people watching, 2 things that drive me crazy. Stop saying everyone is the GOAT. GOAT means greatest of all time. Okay? That means there's one. Greatest of all time. Stop saying Wemby's the GOAT. It's driving me crazy, you guys. You're embarrassing me as a Wemby fan. Stop it. Stop it. 2, dominance. Dominance is crushing the competition. That means winning, okay? The only other time I want to hear dominate is like if we're talking about an individual matchup, and you can say like Shaq in his prime dominated the hell out of, I don't know, Vlade Divac, who was trying to guard him, and Shaq was so physically dominant that there's nothing the entire Sacramento Kings could do to stop him. Just an example. That is another way to use dominant. But if you say he showed his dominance in all of those years during his prime, aka LeBron James, what this guy's saying, you showing your dominance, that means you better have been winning. And I don't see that. If you're winning 4 championships in like 22 years, how is that showing dominance?
So 22 actual qualified years, because he only played 45 games one year. He didn't register for awards and year-end things and stuff like that. And same with
23 years, because I count all of Jordan's. So 23 years and 4 championships. That's dominance.
Jordan, he broke his foot in year 2. He came in at age 21, broke his foot in year 2, missed all of that season basically, played only 17 games. Then he retired at 30. I know you think you have some conspiracy theory thing that he was forced out, but anyway,
they called him and said
he
stop
left
gambling.
at 30 and then missed that whole season and most of the next season. He came back only 18 games that year. So those years don't matter. Like the broken foot year where he played 17, those are unqualified years.
All right.
So 13 total qualified years for Jordan and 22 total qualified years for LeBron.
Sure.
In 22 years, let's talk standard, because LeBron's the king of stats, the king of the box metrics. So let's talk standard things, right? How many times did LeBron James win a standard box crown, being points, rebounds, assists, steals, or blocks? How many times in his 22 qualified seasons?
Oh, snap. That's a good one. That's a damn good one, SKAP.
Not often.
One time he led the league in scoring. One time he led the league in assists. How many standard crowns did Michael Jordan win in his 13 qualified years?
A lot more than 2.
10 times he led the league in scoring, 10. And he led the league in steals 3 times. 13 standard crowns in 13 qualified years for 2 standard crowns in LeBron's 22 years.
I know this guy's going to dance around it and do some mental gymnastics, but like SKAP just beat the hell out of this one. He just stamped it like nail in a coffin. You can't argue that. That's a stat. These are stats. You can't argue it. But he's going to try to change. He's going to move the goalpost now is the term.
Era of scoring was better.
Hold on. Watch him move the goalpost.
5 years for 2 standard crowns.
And this is why I can't do debate things like this. Like, guys, I know you're going to be in the comments like you always are saying, dude, you need to do one of these. I can't because eventually I'm going to explode because it'll just be straight up. I'll sit there going back and forth, get back to the topic, stop moving the goalposts, get back to the topic. Like, I will not be pleasant on a show like this at all. I'm too old school for this shit, you know? I don't want to have a not in good faith debate. And that's all these are not in good faith whatsoever. I would go insane.
LeBron's 22 years.
Which era of scoring was better?
Moving to goalpost.
LeBron's era of scoring or Jordan's era of scoring?
Well, it was way harder to score when Jordan.
I didn't ask you that.
It's not 10 times. It wasn't 10 times. Whatever the difference is, you know, since Jordan has 10 and LeBron has 1. Whatever you're trying, I don't even know what he's trying to argue, but I know it's not 1,000% more difficult one way or the other.
I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you it was harder to do. First of all, we just talked about how you couldn't double, you couldn't play zone. I'm not talking about that. I'm asking which era of scoring was better. Which era?
The 60s.
Whose era of scoring had better scorers?
Which era are we talking about? 2004?
LeBron and Jordan. Whose era had better scorers?
Hang on. If LeBron, which years do you want to look at for LeBron?
The existence of LeBron James' career versus the existence of Michael Jordan. Whose time playing basketball were there better scorers on the floor?
Can you qualify the term better?
What era had better people putting the ball in the hoop? I don't understand how much simpler this can be. Better scoring. Well, what do you mean?
More guys
who had better scores?
Jordan is the all-time leading scorer in NBA history per game, and he has led the league in scoring 10. So I guess if that guy played in the 90s, that's better, right?
I'm saying aside from LeBron and Jordan, because LeBron's the greatest scorer the game's ever seen. Aside from those
Jesus
2 players, aside from them, who else in their eras were just as good, if not better at them than scoring is what I'm asking.
Okay, well, let me turn this around on you, Ro.
Yeah, who now or in the last 15 years or since Jordan has retired is better than Jordan at scoring? Name one. Exactly. You can't.
No, he doesn't answer questions.
Hold on. If I were to concede that maybe that it was LeBron's maybe.
It's not maybe, it's a fact.
Hold on. Let me ask you this, though, because when you asked me what was the best era of scoring,
I didn't ask you that.
60s.
I didn't ask you that.
Hold on.
That's not the question I asked you.
But wait.
That is not the question I asked you.
In the 1960s, that was the best era in scoring.
I didn't ask you that, though.
I
didn't ask you that.
Can I make my point?
You're answering a question that wasn't asked.
Your inference is this.
It's not an inference.
Okay. Well, look, if I'm not allowed to answer the question, then I'm not going to answer your questions then. How about that?
You're answering a question I didn't ask. I didn't ask you the best era of scoring ever. I asked you
What's your point? Make your point.
If there are better scorers when LeBron's playing basketball, wouldn't it make more sense that LeBron doesn't have as many scoring crowns as Michael Jordan?
And let me follow up with my point.
If there are better passers in LeBron's era than Jordan's era, wouldn't it make sense? Also, LeBron's not a point guard. Talk to me.
Because I know what your inference was that, there's just better scorers now.
That's not an inference. That's a fact.
So let me follow up with this.
How many Kevin Durant's were running around in the 90s?
Are the best scoring era in NBA.
60s?
Because I'm trying to answer your point.
Okay.
The 60s was the best scoring era in NBA history.
See, at this point, because he just interrupted again, I would straight up just say, shut the fuck up. This is why I can't be on a show like this. Straight up. At this point, you've now interrupted me 20 times. I've been trying to make my damn point for 5 freaking minutes, and you won't let me get more than 3 words out. I will beat the hell out of you if you don't shut the fuck up for a minute or two.
And Will Chamberlain lived in the 1960s.
You don't even like the 60s.
So you would think that because the 60s were easier to score in, that Will Chamberlain should have more scoring titles.
I didn't say easier.
Man, I'm glad he doesn't do React content. You guys think I say too much? I talk too much? This guy's on another level, man. Lay off the microphone for a minute, buddy.
It's better
than Michael.
I didn't say easier.
It's better.
No, it's not.
You had Elgin Baylor running around there averaging like 33 and 15, and he was like the 4th or 5th best player in that era. Will Chamberlain averaged 50 in a year. Jerry West,
taller than everybody.
Jerry West career.
Wemby's taller than everybody. He's not leading the league in scoring.
Numbers. Hold on. Jerry West's
career
numbers.
If I put you in a middle school basketball league right now, you'd average 52.
Do you know that Jerry West's numbers are the same as LeBron James?
That's why he's the logo.
The same.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
All those guys lived in the 60s.
What does that mean?
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, and if you would just shut up for a minute instead of talking over SKAP, you'd actually get to the freaking point. This guy's killing me, man.
LeBron and Jordan, neither of these guys played in the 60s.
Because this is your point. I'm trying to answer your point. Your point was LeBron only led the league in scoring once and Jordan did 10 because it's so much harder to score today and there's so many better scores. Well, okay.
I didn't say it was harder.
Full stop. In the 1960s, that's the best scoring era. Will Chamberlain should have more scoring crowns and be a better scorer than Jordan. He's not. Jordan averaged more points per game than Chamberlain, and he has more scoring crowns than Chamberlain, 10-7. So it completely negates and refutes your point of, which era was better at scoring? What does it matter?
That wasn't the question I asked you.
Jordan has 10 scoring crowns, and LeBron has 1.
Question.
That's the answer.
Okay, can we both agree that you've answered a question that I didn't ask you? Can we agree with that? Because I didn't ask you the better scoring era. I asked you
what does it matter? What does it matter? Which scoring is better? Which scoring era is better?
I want to know why no matter what, Jordan's 10 scoring champs in any era is impressive. Because now, look at it. Everyone's a great scorer, blah, 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 blah. Name me one person who even has 5 scoring champions in the modern era. Or in the last 20 years, in the last 25 years even. Who? Not one. So it doesn't matter. No one has shown that type of dominance before or since Michael Jordan.
I put you on a team with a bunch.
Certainly wasn't LeBron James.
Of people who are better at scoring a basketball than you, and I go play on a team with people who can't score for shit. I should lead the team in scoring more often than you do if I'm playing with crappy scorers, and you're not. He wasn't running around with a Kevin Durant, with a Steph Curry, with a James freaking Harden, like people who are good at putting the ball in the hoop. Michael Jordan is an exceptional scorer. I'm not saying he's not, but to act like just because Michael Jordan led the league in scoring 10 times or whatever it was,
10 times, bro.
And LeBron did it once. When you're talking about an era that has some of the best scores, that's fine.
Versus one
He's
time
an exceptional scorer.
in 23 years.
I could see this argument maybe if LeBron won it 5 times, 5 scoring championships, and you could say, it's harder now. Okay, maybe we can have a conversation, even though I don't really think it's going to be in good faith anyways. However, he only got one. You can't say it's 10 times harder now. You can't. You can't say that. It's ridiculous.
If Michael Jordan played basketball in LeBron's era, how many times would Michael Jordan have led the league
every year? Every year.
How do you figure?
How do I figure? He averaged like 40 points per game.
Yeah, because you can't touch the guy. So imagine Jordan in the modern era. I mean, that's why all the legends say, he'd average 40, he'd average 50. Because it's true. It would be disgusting what he would do to the modern era.
Average 40 points per game.
Kobe and Jordan would easy 40 per game.
Kobe didn't average 40 per game, and he played in LeBron's era.
No, he didn't play in this today era. He played back when the era was still difficult.
How many
Talk
points
about the dead ball era, man, if he'll let you. Talk about the dead ball era. This guy doesn't know shit.
LeBron average if he played in the 90s. When you didn't have to double, you didn't play.
How many points would LeBron average in the 90s? I don't know. What's the average? Like 25 in the shit era? So maybe 20 points. I'd say about 20 points. He'd probably shoot around like 42% from the field. He'd be stuck taking a lot of mid-range jumpers. It would be bad. Yeah, I'll give him 20 points. 20 points a game in the 90s. What do you guys think?
Zone.
I don't know. There was a lot
it was just one-on-one the whole time.
The pain
He's
was all
6'9",
back in.
260.
Yeah, this guy needs to get out of here. This guy's ridiculous.
And shoot.
He's actually pissing me off, and I'm not even in SKAP's shoes or his SKAP seat. Like, I'm pissed off for SKAP. He's got to deal with this kind of nonsense.
Neither can Jordan.
Jordan's a better shooter at every level.
No, he's not.
He is.
He's a better mid-range shooter. I will give you that. LeBron James is not a good mid-range shooter, but he's a better
He's
three-point
not good
shooter.
anywhere other than
He's good everywhere. He's the most all-around basketball player you've ever seen in your lifetime.
But he's not. Jordan was much better in the mid-range.
What did you just say? What did you psycho? What did you just say?
I will give you that. LeBron James is not a good mid-range shooter, but he's a better three-point shooter.
He's not good anywhere other than
He's good everywhere. He's the most all-around basketball player you've ever seen in your lifetime.
This is a disease. Did you hear that? He's speaking for SKAP now. Like this is a cult. Like, it's the best you've ever seen in your life. And you know it. Like, what is this? Also, like, why is he, like, yelling into the microphone like this? Like, why is he so aggressive? I've never heard anything like that. He's the greatest you've seen in your lifetime. I've never heard somebody say something like that. Like, what the hell? You're having a debate and you're going to speak for me now. Like, no, this one's over. Like, you're sick. You need to go check in to a facility, you know, and get a psych eval. Something's wrong. We can get you some help. I know some connections. We can get you some help. I know places.
But he's not. Jordan was much better in the mid-range. Much better.
I would argue that I think LeBron, if, you know, the team was fully around him because he had to pass, and by the way, much better passer than Jordan, much better rebounder than Jordan. If we want to get into that, we look at...
Sure, and you know what? I'll even say that is the case. But Jordan, better scorer, better defender, better winner.
LeBron could have had those stats, but he, as we said, adapted...
Hypothetical. Could have...
around his team. He was passing.
Jordan could have averaged freaking 40 something points a game his entire career if he wanted to, or he could have taken another career path and played point guard his whole career and averaged a 30-point triple-double for the majority of his career. But he didn't. He chose to win, and he did that great. He won 6 of them.
Yeah, Jordan had 35, 5, and 5. LeBron had 20. His career averages are like 29, 8, and 7. You get the extra assists. You get the extra rebounds.
His career average
27. 27.
I think he's dipped to 26.
Well, you know.
27,
he's
7,
40.
But see, here's the thing. Again, with you people, I love how, like, LeBron...
Hold on. Let me see if this works. Can you tell me LeBron James... average stats throughout his entire career, including the playoffs?
Throughout his entire career, combining the regular season and playoffs, LeBron James has averaged 27.0 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 7.4 assists per game over 1,924 total.
Okay. Now, those are good numbers, but I just want to see if he's right or not.
27,
he's
7,
40.
There's SKAP. SKAP has... a crazy brain, man. I don't know how he does that. I don't know how he memorizes all that. There it is, right there on the money.
27.
I think he's dipped to 26. I want
Well,
to say.
you know.
27,
He's
40.
40.
But see, here's the thing. Again, with you people, I love how like LeBron could do anything. He could do whatever he wants.
That's what
He
you
could
say about
average-
Jordan.
He could average
That is what
triple
you say
doubles.
about Jordan.
He could
That is
average triple doubles. But look, we've seen 6 different triple double seasons in LeBron's era now. 4 Russell Westbrook triple doubles, back to back Nikola Jokic triple doubles. All I've heard about for all the years leading into Russell Westbrook and Nikola Jokic was, LeBron could average triple double if he wanted to. He could.
I mean,
he
by the way,
could.
You really, Skap's right. We have that standard of all these other people averaging triple doubles. Why couldn't LeBron do it once? Because that's the standard, right?
But he never did. Russell Westbrook did twice.
I have a
Nikola
quick
Jokic
question
did
for the
that
audience.
twice.
Did I mention triple doubles at all?
You're talking about stats.
Did I say the word triple
You're
double?
talking about stats.
Thank you.
You are saying
you've
he could
changed
have
the
the
topic
same
with
numbers.
every single person
You're
you talk
saying
to.
he
I'm
could
tired of
average-
this.
You're saying he could
No.
average the same numbers as
Like
Jordan.
you guys don't move the freaking goalpost.
Did you not say that?
And the thing is, if you add the assists, the points created off those assists, he's right there. It's even. 35 and 5, 29 and 7. You are creating.
That's not how it works, dude. If that was the case, like Magic Johnson, like, could you imagine the amount of points that converts it to? Like all of Magic's assists. Could you imagine Steve Nash in his prime? Like how many, dude, if you want to do that, then like he was getting 20 points, by himself, add in another, about 15 assists. So like 30 points, okay. So what are we going to say? Nash basically averaged 50 points a game because if you talk about what those points, those assists lead to, he got 50. It's going to drive me crazy. Oh my God. Get some help.
The same amount of points. Outside of that, LeBron, so could Jordan do what LeBron did with longevity? Absolutely not. Do you not?
And can LeBron do what Jordan did in his peak? Absolutely not. He had a chance and he didn't.
Jordan was averaging at 37 years old. It's like 20. It was like 21. 5, and like he was on like 41, 19,
in a league
70,
where scoring was like 98 points per game versus 116 points per game.
And his efficiency was terrible.
So I'm just saying,
and LeBron,
it's 20 points per game.
Do you know
more.
what LeBron did at 37 years old? He was averaging 29, 9, and 7.
Okay. Do you know
at 38?
So why was it in his last MVP season at 28, he was only averaging 26 points per game?
Exactly. Yes, Skap. Because that shows that's how inflated all these stats have gotten. If it's that good, it's really that impressive, why hasn't he won an MVP? Why? Yeah. Sucks. Sucks to suck.
Changes. He's shooting
the era was
3-pointers.
harder, there was less scoring, etc.
And it was harder than the 90s, definitely. It's definitely.
Wait. Say it again.
Averaging 26 points per game.
Because he changes. He adapts. He's shooting 3-pointers.
There was less scoring, etc.
And it was harder than the 90s, definitely.
What's harder than a 90s scoring? No way.
It's definitely.
He is so shaken. It's like he just got punched by Mike Tyson.
Like Jordan had years off, and he couldn't do what LeBron did. LeBron could do what Jordan did, absolutely, without a doubt.
Why doesn't he have 6 championships like Jordan did? So, Jesus Christ. Oh man. Oh man, I need a beer.
Michael Jordan was the clear GOAT of his era. LeBron James isn't.
Shit. This is great. Okay. All right. We got 35 minutes left. We got to keep riding. Woo. Wow, man. Okay. This should be look at that smile. I don't even look at it. Look at that grin on his face. We got the Joker up in here. All right. I'm trying not to make this video an hour long like the last one, but whatever. I guess this way you guys can't miss me while I'm on my break. We got to keep going. Let's go.
So who is the GOAT then to you in LeBron's era?
I would
for
say
sure.
Kobe
It
Bryant was
clear-cut.
the best player in the NBA till 2010.
LeBron had higher MVP finishes than Kobe starting in 2006. Nash stole one from him. What was that, 06? He was second?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, good question. If we go by the decades, then yeah, Kobe in the 2000s, and then in the 2010s, I give it to Steph Curry.
Okay.
So starting from 06, he had higher MVP finishes than Kobe.
Okay.
Steph's unanimous MVP year. He came back and beat him in the finals, and he was the best player on either team, led both teams in statistics in every category, which isn't the first time he did that in the finals in his career.
Yeah, which is going to be funny here, and I like that SKAP did this in a particular order he did, because the LeBron fans have now established that LeBron played with better talent, right? They just got done talking about how great these individual players are, and now they have to flip it and somehow say that LeBron was actually better than them. Clearly, I like this. I like this tactic.
So is it arguable? Sure, but there was just less talent when Jordan was there.
Again, these
in
are all
his
just
era. So
eye test, like feeling specific things.
I mean, like you were saying, stats are up now. There's higher average for team scoring, higher average for
all stats.
Shots per play, for points per minute. So skill sets are going up.
Defense is down. There's no hand checking.
There's no hand checking, but you can play zone, you can double, you can pull guys by the hair and not get thrown out of a game. I mean, a lot of things happen. I think we need to start looking at some.
Is he trying to say it's more like violent now, or it's more physical now? Because that's a weird argument. He looks like he's old. He looks like he's my age, so that's weird. You should have been around to see 80s and 90s ball, man.
Intangibles, right? Like, who would you rather hang out with? Jordan seems like a jerk.
Topic. Michael Jordan was the clear GOAT of his era, and LeBron James is not. Here's what a LeBron James fan does to get around the question.
Who would you rather hang out with?
Well, there it is.
Jordan seems like a jerk. You know what I mean? And jerks are losers. That's a loser. LeBron seems like a cool goofball. He's a funny guy.
To answer his stupid ass question, I'd rather hang out with MJ, because at least MJ, if there's something wrong, he'll tell me to my face. LeBron, he's gonna blast me on social media or like do all kinds of disingenuous, snake-like weasel stuff. That is not, I mean, I've had friends like that before, and I don't have them now for a reason, because screw people like that. I probably wouldn't hang out with MJ all the time, but I'd rather, if it's a one-off, I'd rather hang out with MJ. At least he'll keep it real with me.
That is winning mentality.
I didn't see this going in that
direction. You look at their Hollywood career. You give me LeBron in Trainwreck next to Bill Hader all day. He crushes it. He's one of the funniest actors to ever come out of the NBA.
Space Jam 2?
How old were you when you saw Space Jam 2? You saw it, you creep? Why would you go to the theaters and see that? It's a kid's movie. That's a kid's movie.
I didn't say
if
I went
you're
to
not
theaters
a 6-year-old kid, then of course it's a bad movie. I didn't say I was in
theaters.
We were all young when Space Jam with Jordan came out. That's why
He is old. He was young when Space Jam came out. So I was right. What the hell's up with this dude? And by the way, question still is, Michael Jordan was the clear GOAT in his era, and LeBron is not. But here we go. We'll talk about whatever he wants to talk about, I guess. It's his time.
I liked Bugs Bunny back then. I don't now.
Can you name
Bill Murray won the game for those guys. It wasn't even Jordan. You know what I mean? He couldn't even beat a bunch of cartoons without Bill Murray.
Guys ate at the early stage of
at least this guy's funny.
Career, right? Like, you had Magic winning titles and MVPs, Bird winning titles and MVPs in the early part. Just like Kobe and Duncan were eating on LeBron early on, right? Like, Kobe was winning MVPs and titles. Duncan was winning MVPs and titles.
With a stacked team.
Kobe's team wasn't stacked.
Dude, Pau Gasol, Ron Artest.
I would disagree with that one, SKAP.
Lamar Odom, that's a really good team.
No,
dude.
not that team. Not that team. Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah. Because once LeBron came in 2003, and that's okay. The stacked Lakers team stopped winning at that point. It now became the other Laker team, which is not stacked. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm back with SKAP on this one. Yeah, Pau Gasol, Lamar Odom, Fish. They had a good team. Very good, solid team. One clear star, a secondary star in Pau, and then a whole bunch of awesome role players. Much like the Chicago Bulls dynasty was built. Same idea. But yeah, they were not stacked. Not even close. Compared to what we've seen and what LeBron's been on, not even close to a stacked team.
Gasol made one All-Star appearance in his entire career before he got to LA in year 7.
How many All-NBA teams?
Before he got to LA, 0.
And how many with Kobe?
Exactly. He got better with Kobe. Then when he left Kobe, again, not good. So maybe it was Kobe was the one. You guys talk about what LeBron does for teammates. Maybe
he's also a power forward in the West, so he's not going to make it over KG. He's not going to make it over Tim Duncan. I mean, Yao Ming had healthy years out there.
Okay, so how many All-Star games did Ron Artest play in his career?
With Indiana, probably 1.
He played one All-Star game.
How many all-defensive teams?
He played one All-Star game.
He's one of the best defenders of all time.
And he was much older when he played with Kobe.
So when you have Kobe and Artest, that's very similar to Jordan and Pippen, right? On defense.
Yeah, Ron Artest was a crucial part of that team.
And down the wings.
How many All-Star games did Lamar Odom play in?
I think 15, 16.
0.
Yeah, 0.
How many All-Star games did
16? He must have misunderstood that one. Lamar Odom?
Derek Fisher playing?
0.
Derek Fisher isn't in the conversation.
0.
He's a role player. He's a very good role player.
Those teams are elevated now to diminish Kobe Bryant.
Not at all.
Hindsight.
Kobe couldn't win with that before Pau Gasol got there.
Why is this the thing that they always say? It's like LeBron never had a teammate that was good. I don't understand why they do this. Do you guys understand why they do this? Kobe couldn't win before Pau got there. When did LeBron... It's so dumb. The double standard is so weird to me.
His team. He had Smush Parker as a point guard.
And then you bring in
Brown as his center.
Pau Gasol was 18-10 with Memphis as a young man.
And what was Chris Bosh?
Chris Bosh was...
before he joined LeBron.
He was like 22, 24, and 10.
Gasol were similar players. Before they joined,
they played very different games. They played
were
very different
similar
games.
players.
Pau's a much better defender.
Chris Bosh was LeBron's
Chris
third
Bosh
option.
was soft in the paint.
Pau Gasol was Kobe's second option. Those weren't stacked teams.
If you put LeBron on those Lakers teams, if you take out Kobe, you insert LeBron James, they three-peat. They win 4 championships.
Close.
Yeah, I disagree with this guy too.
Close, because LeBron is a choke artist when it really matters.
And exactly. Who's the closer on that team? Is it Pau Gasol then? Is it Ron Artest? No. You needed a closer. It was built by design to complement the closer, which was Kobe Bryant. LeBron James teams are built to compensate for his lack of closing. Big, giant difference. Big, giant difference. So who's going to close on that team? I'm sorry. It reminds me of Scottie Pippen when he was on the Blazers. No closer, which is why they lost in Game 7 to the Lakers, because the Lakers had Kobe Bryant to close the game out. Who is that's it. That's the end of my point.
I think this is a time where LeBron's longevity, he's almost a victim of his own greatness, because you're using arguments from when iPhones were new, and then you're using arguments from when Wemby's in the NBA to hurt LeBron's case, right?
Okay.
The fact that he's been great for this long gives you more to work with, but what he's done in his era is an outlier. LeBron is top 10 in total playoff points scored in the 2000s. He's top 10 in total playoff points scored in the 2010s and the 2020s. No one else has done that. LeBron is far and away the all-time points leader while being top 4 in assists. How many points do you think LeBron has created in the history of basketball? How many guys have made a shot because LeBron found them?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, for him to be...
Let me know when I can jump in, but keep going.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up, because I don't want to use his longevity, which is excellent, against him. Like I said, Duncan and Kobe ate at the beginning of LeBron's watch, right?
Just like the Celtics did in the 80s and the beginning of Jordan's career, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then Jokic has eaten at the end of LeBron's career. He's won 3 MVPs. He won his championship by sweeping LeBron James in his series in the West Finals, where Anthony Davis averaged 27 and 14 in that series against Nikola Jokic.
We also had D'Angelo.
Don't interrupt him, because then if you get to the middle, the peak of LeBron James's career, then we still have 2 more people who are eating on his watch. We got Tim Duncan and we got Steph Curry. So yeah, people were eating in all eras of LeBron James' career.
also playing in crucial minutes.
I'm just saying.
What were we supposed to do?
I'm just saying. So, but look, if we even take
D'Angelo Russell, I got
look,
okay. All right, okay.
If we say when LeBron is primed, okay, you would admit that he was primed when he won back-to-back league MVPs, right?
And he probably should have won 5 in a row, but they punished him for the decision.
Okay,
Whatever.
But so he was primed in.
Who punished him for the decision? How? Who? Like what does that even mean? Like what is that thing he just fabricated in his head emotionally? What does that even mean? They punished him for the decision. He spent 4 years in Miami. He won 2. He got his ass kicked by the Spurs and ran back home to Cleveland. How is that him being punished?
Cleveland when he won back-to-back MVPs. So he won 62 games one year, 66 games the other, both number one in the league both years as the league MVP.
Okay.
He then was eliminated in the playoffs both years by Orlando and then Boston, and Kobe Bean Bryant beat both of those teams. So Kobe's eating in Bron's prime. Then, now we'll even say 35 and on is not Bron's prime. So I'm not even going to count Jokic against him. So let's look at when LeBron, in my estimation, became the best player in the NBA, 2011. And then I think he was till 2018, because in 2018 you had Giannis Antetokounmpo was MVP 1, Depoy 2. Then the next year he was Depoy 1, MVP 1, and then Jokic started right after that. So let's say just in his prime, just in LeBron's peak, 2011 to 18. He won 3 championships on 3 super teams. Steph Curry also won 3 championships in that same window. Only he won all 3 head-to-head against LeBron James. Like I said, no one ever ate when Michael Jordan got primed with one other All-Star. People are getting damn right obese in this era on LeBron's watch. You got all-time greats running around like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet out here. It's crazy.
True. I'm proud of SKAP. He did exactly what I was hoping he would do. That was it.
Speaking of running around, I want to talk about how LeBron
You see how like that's it though. Like they just let everything like reflect off of them. It bounces off of them. So no matter what, that's that bottom line. That's why I wouldn't want to debate with a LeBron fan, because no matter how many strikes you get on them, they just act like it didn't happen, and they just move on to the next thing. They'll never take an L, and it's obvious that they'll never take an L, because then they might actually like look at that like 4-6 record LeBron has and look at it a little differently. But instead they just go, it doesn't count. But then the wins count, but the losses don't matter. It's interesting. Not respectable.
Adds impact to every team that he goes to, right?
And all-star players as well.
Sure, right? But there's challenges that come with that, because LeBron, every time he's changed teams since the decision, they win within the first 2 years, but they don't always win right away, which tells me 2 things. Number one, the talent is not so overwhelmingly stacked in LeBron's favor that they can win easily in year 1, like the Warriors with KD did. But it also tells me LeBron figures things out, because when you look at a guy like Michael Jordan, my man said, the way he won in the triangle system with Phil Jackson, nothing again. I'm not downplaying his greatness, but that's just a continuity that he had. Kobe won all his championships with Phil. Steve Kerr, all Steph Curry's championships came with him. Tim Duncan, all his came with Pop. LeBron won with Spoelstra, who is a great coach, but has not won since him. He won with Ty Lue, who has done nothing since, and I can't really point to much else besides 2016. He won with Frank Vogel, who is not a head coach currently, right? So we talk about LeBron switching teams, but there's risks that come with that. And we talk about the Heat years, and at the time, I was a LeBron hater as a Kobe fan, but I've come to appreciate LeBron because those super teams weren't so super after year 1. You look at
They were still up until 2014. They were still.
Wait, because you're saying that because of the names, but when Dwayne Wade's knees went out, he was not the same player. When Chris Bosh had the abdominal strain, he was not the same player. If Chris Bosh was so super, why did he have 0 points in game?
Hold on, and then what did he do? What, like other people, like Michael Jordan, like Kobe Bryant, like Steph Curry, like Tim, like all the great players, they stay and they have to fight through rebuilds, fight through other guys coming in.
Imagine in a '98 finals when Scottie Pippen went down with the bad back. If Jordan would have just like said like, all right, I ain't even gonna show up. I'm gonna go ask for a trade next year, or go to a new team, build a new team. No, man, you stick with your guys. You fight. That's what a winner does. And when we're talking about longevity, You know, it's something I just thought of now, and like nobody ever brings up in these debates. How about the longevity of retaining and maintaining the crown, aka the Larry O'Brien Trophy, to keep it for 6 out of 8 years? Does that not trump any one of these things that LeBron? You know, LeBron wins 1. Okay, he won 2. That was the original. He won 2, and then he won 1, and then he won 1. All separated by a lot of time. You want to talk about longevity? I think there's a lot more longevity in winning 6 out of 8 years.
LeBron doesn't do that when things slip away from LeBron and LeBron teams. He runs to another ready-made super team.
But that also comes with risks because you're playing in a new system with a new coach, new teammates. He literally played with Anthony.
So then you can't talk about when they had Phil Jackson in his whole career. You can't talk about that then. LeBron is choosing to leave. Okay, he's not being forced to leave. He's choosing to leave his team and leave his coach.
Davis, who was notorious for being injury prone and then proceeded to get injury prone. And I still believe the Lakers go back to back in 2021 if Anthony Davis wasn't hurt. But that's aside the point.
Anthony Davis, we talked about his top 5.
He was phenomenal. I love AD.
As a basketball purist, the Suns were the ones who eliminated that Laker team with the injured AD, who did play, by the way, but he had a pulled hamstring and he was not 100%. They probably would have beat the Suns that year. I'll give it that. Championship, I don't know about that, but I probably would have beat my Suns that year. I'll be fair about it.
But he's
the
frail.
other 2 years that
He's
they lost
frail.
to the Nuggets, though.
He needs some milk.
The 2 years they lost back-to-back to the Nuggets. By 4 in the West Finals and by 5 in the first round the following year. AD, 27-14 on 52% in the West Finals. And in the first round the next year, 28-14 on 64%. That was LeBron's second option on that team, and he's winning 1 game total in 2 series?
I mean, you can't expect him to win every single year. The Nuggets were at their peak.
You're right. He hasn't won. He's won 4 times out of 23 years.
But he does it on different teams, and we talk about all these different situations he was in. He won in the 2020 with the Lakers. Lakers were 57-0 when they had a lead after the third quarter. That's never been done before. They were 24-3 through the first 27 games. They were on a 60-win pace. They had statement wins against the Clippers and the Bucks before the season was closed.
Anthony Davis.
And
thank you, SKAP. Anthony Davis. Like, how do you keep a lead in the fourth quarter with freaking killer defense? And AD wasn't letting anything get to the rim at that point.
All that, LeBron James led the league in assists in year 17 because he adapted his game once again. And that's why, that's why he can change teams, because he also changes his game to fit those teams, and no one else does that. The continuity
and
Jordan didn't change his game to fit his team. Do you guys not know about the difference between Doug Collins coaching him and Phil Jackson's coaching him? He changed everything about his game in order to win.
The continuity that Jordan and Kobe and Tim Duncan and Steph Curry had, LeBron never had, but he didn't need it because
they didn't have the great players that LeBron's had either.
They had tons of great players. What are you talking about?
LeBron has had more. Do I have to say it again?
No, you don't, because I'll say this: if you're
made
ranking
17 All-Stars versus Jordan, who has had one guy that made 6 All-Stars.
I don't evaluate players solely on the All-Star game, but if you are ranking their careers, I guarantee you're not putting Scottie Pippen below Chris Bosh and Kevin Love.
Why is that though?
What do you mean, why is that?
Because Scottie Pippen is decorated more and thought of higher because he was on those teams with Michael Jordan.
Exactly, and this is where like the whole argument can get crazy, because that thing they brought up earlier about Robert Horry, you could say, oh, well, the Robert Horry is actually better than Scottie Pippen, because I know he's about to do it. He's about to do it. What's the difference between Bosh and Pippen? Pippen's got 6 rings. I know he's going to do it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll give you that.
Oh,
but I just think
wow. Wow. Damn. All right. He conceded one.
LeBron's talent, while great, the league has also been great. So he had to have talent to keep up. And his ability to keep up is predicated on his ability to adapt, evolve, and add to his game, which he undeniably does at every team he goes to.
Okay, but this is going to be the end of part 2. We got about 20 minutes left in this. So, yeah, that'll be like another hour for tomorrow's video. I'll just say, hold on. What did he say at the very end here?
Is predicated on his ability to adapt, evolve, and add to his game, which he undeniably does at every team he goes to.
Okay, hold on.
The league has also been great. So he had to have talent to keep up. And his ability
talent to keep up.
To keep up is predicated on his ability to adapt, evolve, and add to his game, which he undeniably does at every team he goes to.
How can you make an argument that this guy is the greatest of all time if all you're talking about is him keeping up at the competition?
Michael Jordan is only the clear GOAT of his era. Well, there's really two reasons. One, because there was anybody that else that was.
Okay, wait. So no matter what happens moving forward with this guy, he just confirmed that Michael Jordan is the clear GOAT of his era moving forward.
Good enough. And two, it's by design. It's a marketing plan. That Michael Jordan is almost credited with saving the NBA. The NBA before Michael Jordan,
I don't believe that.
Before Magic and Bird, right
Magic
around
and Bird saved the NBA.
Okay,
Yeah, Magic and Bird saved the NBA. Jordan just took it to its peak.
They saved it,
And then
he
Jordan
elevated it to a crazy level.
Correct,
This
right.
is because the NBA was a fighting, cigarette smoking, beer drinking league that nobody wanted to put on TV. That wasn't a marketable product back in those days, right? So now we have this guy who is almost like comparable to a LeBron James in his athleticism, who can jump out of the gym and do all these crazy things. So it makes perfect sense that David Stern, commissioner of the NBA, whoever powers that be, let's push this guy and make him be the clear GOAT. Also,
You don't think LeBron's getting that same?
Also, yeah, I know where SKAP's going. Obviously, LeBron's gotten the same, if not even a better treatment. However, this guy want to act like Michael Jordan was the first athletic basketball player of all time. You ever heard of like Dr. J? Like, what the hell?
Hold on. No, I said LeBron gets the benefit of now coming into the NBA that has already been saved. But
And
if
then
it
they
was not
market the hell out of him.
Yeah, they did, and they also, he was not the only guy. This is my point about Michael Jordan. There's nobody else to market.
Because
there's
Jordan
nobody
was
else
too
to market.
dominant. He was the clear undisputed GOAT, and LeBron isn't.
And there are hundreds.
They did, though. And at certain points, I would argue Charles Barkley was more popular in the NBA than Michael Jordan. Shaquille O'Neal had a couple of years where he was way more popular than Michael Jordan as well. That's not the case.
Hundreds of more NBA players at the time. Like how today.
Also, Scottie Pippen had his own shoe too. Penny had his own shoe. Like, these guys were very, very popular. Tim Hardaway was very popular. You know, like, it's not like Michael Jordan was the only guy. It's just that these guys, they weren't alive in the era. Like, this kid obviously was not alive during this time to know all the other greats that were around during that era.
Is NBA, there's a Steph Curry, there's a James Harden, there's an Anthony Davis. Like
James Harden, no one's going to remember that name in 10 years.
Keep bringing him up. There's all of these different players now who are marketable and who can be pushed to be the face.
Maybe better than LeBron, or like Steph Curry maybe had a better run than LeBron in LeBron's peak. Like, I'm saying that there is no guy
Stephen
you
Curry
can
doesn't
say,
lead the NBA in all-time
Maybe
points.
that guy in Jordan's era. You guys just diminish everything that Jordan played against. In his first NBA championship that he won in '91.
Yes,
he beat the LA Lakers with Magic.
Who are not the Showtime Lakers anymore.
Fine.
They're not the Showtime Lakers anymore.
Fine.
Kareem was not on that team.
Kareem wasn't there,
It was
but guess who was?
Divac on the team.
But guess who was?
That was in June of '91.
Can I answer this
You've been talking a lot. That was in June of '91, correct?
I'm trying to talk about his
That championship
run.
was in June of '91, correct?
Yes.
November
was
of
not on the team.
Yeah, I know. November of '91. Do you know what Magic Johnson sat down at a little table like this and said to the world? Yes, you do. So this is my point.
Yeah, he had HIV. He was still the runner-up in MVP that year. Why didn't anybody want to say it? Why is it so weird to say he had HIV? He wasn't retiring because he was old. He wasn't retiring because he was injured. He contracted the HIV virus, so he had to step down. What does that do? Does that prove something? I don't think it proves anything either way.
Magic Johnson was not Magic Johnson in '91 when he.
Yes, he was. SKAP's gonna destroy this. SKAP. If I know Magic was runner up for MVP. SKAP freaking knows it.
Won that championship. '92. Let's go to Clyde.
Hold on. Let me tell you what Magic Johnson was when they played Michael.
Do it, SKAP.
That's what he was.
Well,
what?
Tell you what Magic Johnson was when they played Michael.
Sick.
Sick.
That's what he was.
Well, goodness gracious, because first of all, Magic Johnson, shout out to you, Magic, who's still thriving now, 30 years later.
He did whatever he had to do. Salute.
Secondly, in that year, Magic was All NBA 1, MVP 2. Runner-up in MVP to Michael Jordan that year. Mm-hmm. And you had James Worthy. Did you ever hear of him?
I did.
He was 29 years old. He's a top 50 all-time player, and he was an all-star that year,
He's
too.
better than Michael Jordan in college.
So Jordan beat that team first. Right. Then he beat the second.
See, why would he say that? You're better than Michael Jordan in college. So you're just beefing up your competition now because Jordan beat that team. I just don't get it. I think they're so emotional with their debating. They don't actually think these things through. That's really how I see this. They just want to say whatever they feel, even if it's going to hurt their cause.
Second chip against the Trailblazers, he beat Clyde Drexler, who was
Nobody.
hold on. He was nobody. He was all NBA one and
not
MVP
Clyde Drexler.
too.
Not Clyde Drexler. I'm talking about the other 11 guys. Nobody.
Hold on. Then the next year,
let's keep it going.
The Phoenix
That's a good
Suns.
team. Now that's
the
a good
Phoenix
team.
Suns.
That's a good
Charles
team.
Barkley, MVP one, All NBA.
This is the first
Somehow we still got a 93 finals mention. Of course we did. Oh, of course we did. At least we're all agreeing that was a great team.
The team that we've named so far.
All NBA one. Then he comes back and he plays the Seattle Supersonics.
A dude named the Glove.
With 2
Sean
All-NBA
Kemp.
second team designations in Kemp and Payton. Payton Defensive Player of the Year that year. They won 64 games that year.
Cool.
Then the next year, 2 more 60-win games and 60-win teams in 97 and 98
Yep.
with MVP Karl Malone, runner-up then to Michael Jordan, and then MVP the following year with that. And a top 10 all-time point guard, John Stockton, 60-win teams. And you guys just dismiss all of this competition, all these elite all-time players?
Yeah, you do. You just did it again. Just dismissed it. You didn't acknowledge any of it. You just dismissed it and moved on.
Time that I sat down here, you told me that when Michael Jordan was running through the East was better and the East was more competitive. So
yeah, and they had to clear the East in order to get to the finals, and they won the finals.
Now you're trying to tell me about these Western Conference teams that were so good and they had all these wins.
See what I mean? He's so emotional, he's not even thinking it through. Because that makes it even better to get through the difficult East and then to win the championship on top of it. Because getting through the East was already hard enough. It's the opposite argument of LeBron and the Eastern Conference in his era, where they're trying to give him credit for making the finals, which it was not even hard. It was not hard to make the finals in the East during that era. What was hard was winning the championship, and he couldn't freaking do it. He did it 4 out of 10 times. And Michael Jordan went through the difficult conference and still sealed it. It won the championship. It's not even close.
Playing against the weak-ass Western Conference in the 90s.
Do you want me to reaffirm?
But
Jordan played 27 50-win teams out of his 37
conflicting
opponents.
yourself.
Do you want me to?
You're conflicting yourself.
No, I'm just saying
not.
Jordan played better teams in his conference finals run to get out, and then you guys say he played by far better competition in the finals. It wasn't by far better competition. I'm saying Jordan played insanely good competition too. The only difference is they didn't win because Jordan didn't let them win. Whereas all of these teams are winning against LeBron James. Thus why LeBron isn't the undisputed GOAT of his era.
Mic drop. Yeah. No, you won.
I think what makes him the undisputed GOAT of his era is him being 40 years old, still doing things that prime life 25-year-old men who get paid hundreds of millions of dollars can't do.
How does that, guys, once again, that was an emotional argument. So does that ring clear to any of you guys, in your opinions? Because LeBron is old and he's still playing, so because of his longevity, that makes him the clear, what was this? The clear GOAT of his era. That makes him the clear GOAT of his era, and his era spans from 2003 to 2026. That right there makes him the GOAT of his era. Because he's still playing. It does not ring true to me at all. That's a weak ass argument.
Not only did LeBron James not surpass Michael Jordan as the GOAT, he didn't even get close.
I like it. Yep. I like it. This is going to be the last topic. I like this one to close it out. Yep. Because you guys know how I feel about this one. We got to bring up the Tim Duncans, the Magic Johnsons, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We got to bring up all these guys now, the Kobe Bryants, and ask the question, when did he surpass these guys? And since then, did Steph surpass LeBron? There's so many good questions here. Let's go.
Get close is crazy. We're all up here for hours talking about the fantastic accolades. We're going to talk about single person accolades, most all NBA selections, most all-star selections, most points in NBA history. Let's just say we have a player in a vacuum. Let's say he played for 20 years. That player has more made threes than Reggie Miller. He has more steals than the Glove. He has more rebounds than Charles Barkley.
That guy sounds pretty great. I bet he won more than 4 championships, right? He had to have. He played 23 years. He definitely won more than 4 then if he's really that good, right?
Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, what are we talking about here, buddy?
He played forever. I guess you have to be on the court to accumulate these stats.
Because he also has more turnovers than anybody else
That's
ever. More
true.
missed shots than anybody else ever.
True.
More finals games lost than anybody else
More
ever.
finals games lost. What about
33 losses.
Wow.
He has more losses than Jerry West. 33 losses.
Nice.
22 and 33. And see, that's what I really want to.
And that also means that Jerry West got closer. I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, you know, but it's just semantics at this point. But that means then Jerry actually got closer to winning on a regular basis when he was in a championship. He just did not do it. He only won 1.
Focus in on, because the GOAT, like, it encompasses more than just stats and how long you play. It's about the moments. It's about those fleeting opportunities.
Hitting fades over white guys from Middle Europe that like couldn't jump either.
No,
it's about killing Craig Ilo.
No.
And, like, that's
Wait, was he talking about white guys? Like, I don't know why what white boy here just got into a race thing. Why? Jesus Christ. Okay. The 90s compared to now, when it comes to Europeans dominating the NBA, that's happening now, okay? Right now, it's been happening for years. You know? Not in the 90s, now.
It's about
career moment.
It's about answering the challenge, rising to the occasion.
What? I just want to make sure I didn't hear this wrong. Hold on.
It's about the moments. It's about those fleeting
It's about hitting
opportunities.
fades over white guys from Middle Europe that like
It's about hitting fades over white guys from Middle Europe. This guy is so ass backwards confused. It's crazy. Like, that's what he thinks the NBA was in the 90s? Your whole, like, you even being here, everything you say is completely discredited now. Completely. You're describing one guy, Vlade Divac. Maybe 2, Sabonis, out of all the NBA players back then. What are you talking about? We got easily 1,000% more Europeans in the NBA right now.
couldn't jump either.
No,
it's about Craig Ilo, and like that's your greatest career.
It's about answering the challenge, rising to the occasion.
The challenge of who? The challenge of
He's talking about Craig Elo. How about freaking JJ Barrera? Why can't you score on him, LeBron? That's so much easier than Elo, man, especially with the height advantage.
Winning, my friend. The challenge of winning. You want to know why LeBron James didn't get close? Because of 4 and 6.
No,
and do you want to know why he's not? Do you want to know why he's 4 and 6?
They're trying to hear the members of the pantheon that Michael Jordan was lording over in the 90s. Because I can tell you the members of the NBA basketball
we've been talking
history
about these guys.
pantheon that LeBron played up against, and not just the ones we mentioned here. We've talked about now. We got Kobe. Then we had Tim Duncan mentioned a number of times here. Kevin Durant. I feel like his name has not come up enough. That's one of the greatest players of all time. Anthony Davis, someone he played against, and his teammate.
You guys just got done ripping AD a new asshole, though, so you can't all of a sudden make him one of the best players ever. Stop.
Harden, Westbrook, Chris
Harden?
Paul.
Harden? Westbrook, 0 championships. Really? This is the best you've got? I mean, in that case, do we need to start listing like Dominique Wilkins, you know? Oh my God, what am I even thinking of right now? Bernard King, Alex English, you know, we don't even have to do that. We can list the ones who won. You know, you got your Kareems, your Magics, your Birds, your McHales, your Worthies. I'm just thinking of a couple teams right now. Your Barclays, your Drexlers, you know, your David Robinson, your Shaquille O'Neal, like your Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing. Like, it does not end.
These are contemporaries of these guys. I honestly cannot name.
You're right. Those
the person that is in the pantheon of basketball that challenged Michael
First of all, that's because you were born in like '98. So that's first and foremost. You didn't see any of them. That's why.
I was alive.
But
yeah, anybody who says Craig Ilo, you didn't see it. You weren't there, man.
They did. I know that they happened.
But now, wait a second. Secondly, the reason why these players today's their legacies are elevated is because they built their resumes by beating LeBron James. None of the guys in the 90s were capable of doing that against Michael Jordan.
Let's just say that you can't use the cudgel of 6-0 in this argument. Who are these players that Michael Jordan was, keeping his hand on their forehead?
We just talked about if Charles Barkley had champions.
No, that's the difference. If Jordan didn't win 6 championships, we wouldn't be flexing his ass. Like we would not be saying he dominated the competition. He was the greatest of all time. No, he had to beat these guys in order to do it, and he had to do it more than once. A lot of people, even after he won 3, it wasn't enough for him. But then he came back and did it 3 more times. He settled the debate. It was over. But yeah, if he wasn't beating them, it's all for nothing.
He would be a top 12 to 15 player. If Karl Malone, the 3rd all-time leading scorer in NBA history, 25 and 10 career averages in 19 years,
choker,
2 MVP awards.
LeBron?
If he had 2 championships, he would be a top 12 player, maybe top 10.
What about Hakeem
He's not because Jordan denied him.
He couldn't. We never got to play Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hakeem, dude, you're so dumb. Hakeem won when Jordan was retired. Stop. Or do some research. One or the other.
Olajuwon in the finals because, we burnt the tapes on when he got dunked on by Shaq 2 years in a row in 95 and 96 or 94.
Okay, well, what happened when Kobe?
What the hell? He got dunked on by Shaq? What's he even talking about? Yeah, he probably got dunked on by Shaq. He also dunked on Shaq. What the hell's he even talking about?
He and LeBron play in the finals. Oh, right. They never did because LeBron choked.
What about the other year?
Hold on.
Hey, well, what happened when Kobe and LeBron play in the finals? Oh, right. They never did because LeBron choked.
What about the other year when Kobe didn't make it or whatever? We can play this game a lot.
But he's
you are playing this game.
Better player because he's a winner.
When you talk about Michael Jordan, what are real quick 1 sentence why is he the GOAT?
Because he had the greatest peak. He did the most with the least, and he won more championships in peak with less than anybody ever. That's pretty much why I would say so.
I'm a baseball fan.
Okay.
I think Shohei Ohtani
I'd say Jordan is the singular best basketball player I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes. And then the fact that he was able to lead his team to 6 championships with a style in which everyone said he could not win a single championship like this, but he won 6 of them while being the singular greatest player I've ever witnessed with my own 2 eyes. So it's not just amazing talent and ability. It converted into nonstop winning. That's what makes him the greatest of all time for me.
Player of all time, and he doesn't always have the accolades to match up with other guys.
Baseball's hard to comp to basketball.
My point is that ability.
There's 11, there's 5 in basketball. You play both ways.
They're not comparable sports, but I'm just saying Shohei's ability to pitch, to hit, to steal bases, it makes him a special figure that transcends the norms of the game. LeBron's the same thing. LeBron puts the ball in the basket. You talked about his longevity like he's just hanging around, but he was also the youngest to every benchmark too. He was the youngest to 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever
he
came
in
in
at 18 though.
Yeah, because he was great enough to do that.
Jordan started at 21.
And not only did he come in
it was a different time.
Yeah, do it, SKAP.
No. Not only did he come in.
It was a different time. Back then, you weren't allowed to come out through high school or come into the NBA through high school.
18. He came in at 18 with serious expectations placed on him by the media. He was literally called the chosen one, and he lived up to all of those. He's playing with his child.
He got it tattooed on his own back. He's not a victim.
He chosen one on his back.
He's playing with
Thank you, SKAP. Thank you, SKAP. He's not a victim. You're not a victim. You did it to yourself. You asked for the attention. Okay? Ironically enough, Jordan used to try to, and still does, his whole career has tried to stay out of the spotlight. LeBron asked for it. Then when he hears stuff he doesn't like, he acts like the victim. Shoot.
Calls himself king.
He's playing with his child.
And calls himself the GOAT since 2016.
He calls himself the king, and the prince is on the court with him.
He puts this expectation on his own back, literally.
Thank you, SKAP.
Okay, I can give you that. Sometimes LeBron can be a little bit cringe. But overall, I have to say, for him to play this long, to be this effective with this many different iterations of the way the game is played, with different players and personnel, he's cooked people's fathers and sons and played with his son, right? Technology was way different when he came in. Sports medicine was way different when he came in, and he's still effective. If LeBron was a role player just hanging out in the corner, we wouldn't really point to the longevity the same way, but he's effective. He continues adding layers to his game. He's playing with Luka Doncic, one of the highest usage.
Guys, LeBron James didn't even get close to passing Michael Jordan as the GOAT. That's the question. That's the premise of this last one. These guys just want to talk about longevity. Guys, all of us Jordan fans give the longevity award to LeBron. That's one thing. What else do you have? For the love of God, what else do you have? There's got to be something else. There's got to be something else other than he played a really long time to win this battle. But it seems like this is all they have. He played a really long time. Therefore, he's the best. He's the greatest of all time. It makes no sense to me.
Players in history, and LeBron, as a great teammate, adapted to that. He's playing as a third option. He's playing off ball. He's getting more assists.
Yeah, and he's not winning. So he's adapting. Whatever you want to say, all this stuff is adapting, but it's not working.
Buckets than he ever has. He's cutting more. He's using transition. I just think he's done too many things great to where we can discount that as just longevity.
And yet, there are many other guys in NBA history that have won more with less and have been able to answer the bell in those elite moments, those clutch time moments, the ones where LeBron James has failed in over and over again.
But he has the most
and
clutch.
That's why
doing more in less time is always, in any profession, in any job, in anything you've ever done, doing more, accomplishing more in less time is always considered greater. Okay? Any job. You wash dishes for a living, whatever. If you can do the job and wash all these dishes 5 times faster than the next guy, you're better than him. Just because the next guy takes 10 times longer than you to do it, that's longevity. That guy's not greater. No, the guy who gets it done faster is the best. Not the slowest, the fast. This is sports, right?
Game-winning shots.
I'm
in the
glad
playoffs,
you mentioned that. Let's talk. We can talk about it because again, it's about moments. That's what I'm trying to tell you
like
guys.
Coming back from a 3-1 deficit.
It's about moments. And LeBron James,
like scoring 29 out of 30 against Detroit.
LeBron James is 22 and 33 in the NBA Finals. Yeah. That's 55 games he's played in.
Sure.
Now look, you hear a lot about clutch stats in the NBA. The NBA defines clutch moments as a game in the final 5 minutes within 5 points either way. Now, I'm going to dial it down to an even clutcher time of the game.
2 minutes.
The final 2 minutes of
me and SKAP are agreeing on a lot today.
Game within a 1-score game.
Sure.
So in those ultra clutch moments, LeBron James played in 21 of them in his 55 finals appearances. 21 times. Nearly half the time.
This is cool. I'm about to learn a new stat here.
These clutch moments. So all the things you guys have talked about before, about how, his teams weren't as good, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter because in the last 2 minutes of the game, he's in a 1-possession game. So just be great, LeBron. That's all you have to do.
It's hard to be
great
when...
8 of 29.
Yeah, he was already making excuses. You're right there with 2 minutes left. You're right there within a point or you're up a point or whatever the case may be. 1 point deficit, 2 minutes left. And this guy's already making excuses. It's hard to be great because of what? It wasn't hard to be great for 46 minutes. Why is it hard to be great for the final 2 minutes?
Possession game. So just be great, LeBron. That's all you have to do.
It's hard to be great when
8 of 29 shooting in those moments. That's 27% shooting.
Ouch.
And in those 21 games, his team's 10 and 11 as a result of his failures and chokes. And that's the difference right there. That's the difference between 4 and 6 and 6 and 4 or 7 and 3. Those are the moments in which they would enable you guys to sit up here in front of me and say it's close, but it's not because he failed over and over again. And as a result, he's a loser. He's 4 and 6, and losers don't get to be close to the GOAT.
So
Damn. I mean, no, he nailed it, man. Damn, he nailed it. SKAP, I tip my hat out to you. I tip my hat for you, man. Wow. You did it. Like, I wouldn't want to be this guy now. I wouldn't want to be this dude. Like, after that one, like, you already won.
I have a quick question for you because I have a feeling that you're going to say something that's going to silence this room.
Okay.
Again?
So you've got MJ1.
Correct.
Where do you have LeBron in that order? I have a sneaky feeling it's not 2.
No.
It certainly isn't 2. I'll just leave it at this. It's not Mount Rushmore.
So who's on your Mount Rushmore above LeBron?
I'm glad you asked, because on my Mount Rushmore I have the best of the best two-way players that exhibited elite playing statuses on both sides, who won very either challenging rings or the resume is just even better than LeBron.
I know he's going MJ1, Kobe 2. Who's he going after that? I'm curious. Let's go.
So, the guys I'm talking about is Jordan, Kobe, and Duncan. And then the fourth guy who didn't win the challenging rings just like LeBron didn't, but he won so much more than LeBron. And his resume is the best resume, actually. Like, people talk about LeBron's resume, it's not even the best resume. The best totality of a resume is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay.
He's been to 10 finals, same as LeBron. He's won 6, 2 more than LeBron. He has six league MVPs, 2 more than LeBron. And he is top 3 in 3 standard box metrics, that being points, rebounds, and blocks. Better stats than LeBron.
Respectable list. Different than mine, respectable list.
This is great, but I'm just gonna attack because you said he's not even on Mount Rushmore, not even top 4.
Okay, well, convince us that he clears any of those guys that he just listed. Any of them. One single one of them. Convince us. That's your job now. That's your job. Not to complain about it, not to get emotional. Your job now is to prove him wrong. Prove SKAP wrong. Go.
I want everyone to understand, the audience. He said LeBron is 5 or worse.
I'm just seeing a lot of emotional outburst. Young man is mad at older man for older man's opinion.
This is Skip Bayless level talk right here.
Prove him wrong. Prove him wrong. Man up and prove him wrong. I don't believe he's going to do it.
In 5, I'll tell you that.
What?
Yeah, but go ahead.
So let's attack one of those players.
Do it. Prove me wrong.
Tim Duncan. We're talking about LeBron gets all this help, this and that.
Oh, shit. This ain't going to go well. Why do you have to go after Duncan right away? This ain't going to go well. This is the one who directly beat LeBron's ass for a living.
Do you know how much help Tim Duncan had?
Well, let's talk about it.
He had Tony Parker. He had Manu Ginobili. He had arguably the greatest coach of all time. He had an incredible general manager, incredible...
So when they talk about discrediting Jordan had the greatest coach of all time. Now when they talk about Duncan had the greatest coach of all time. Very convenient. When they talk about Steph had the greatest coach of all time with Steve Kerr. Like, it's ironic, isn't it? But Spo sucked. Right? According to them, Spo sucked.
Front office. To get not 1 but 2 incredible draft and stash players.
Yeah.
And he had all this help, but all of a sudden, he's better than LeBron, but he had all this.
Did you know that there are 3 players in NBA history that have won multiple championships without a top 75 player? 3 players. That's it. Do you know?
Tim Duncan. Larry Bird. Is Kevin McHale top 75? I'm curious. Who the hell's the third one? Oh, no, not Hakeem. Okay. SKAP, take it away.
Who they are.
I'm assuming MJ's in that.
No.
Who are the...
Because
Scotty.
Pippen is a top 75. And Pippen's a top 50 player.
Great point. So, yes.
There are 3 players. That would be Kobe Bean Bryant.
Yes.
Oh, because he won 2 without Shaq. Okay.
Tim Duncan and Steph Curry.
Steph. Yeah. Wow.
That's it. So that's all that all the help.
I was pausing to that.
Great point. So, yes.
There are 3 players. That would be Kobe Bean Bryant, Tim Duncan, and Steph Curry. That's it. So that's all the help Tim Duncan got is he's won multiple championships without a top 75 player.
But that's the thing is yes, he didn't have a top 75 player. He had
But LeBron has elite
depth.
top line players, though.
Tim Duncan also had great depth. I mean, who was hitting all the big shots?
Now SKAP, you'd be my best bud if you start listing all the top 75 players LeBron played with. Just do it, man. Do it.
Robert Horry was hitting incredible shots.
Well, not
for
when
those
he was
teams.
playing with the Lakers before. But Tim Duncan was winning two of his rings. But,
it's like SKAP is debating a child.
LeBron had good depth too.
Not
I mean,
always.
who's hitting that side three?
Not
Ray
always.
Allen.
Amon Shumpert.
Look at that LA. Can you
Mario Chalmers.
Name me some players on that 2020 team that LeBron won outside of top 5 league-wide player Anthony Davis that year. Can you name me some of the other?
There was Rondo.
Yes.
There was JaVale McGee. Dwight Howard.
Alex Caruso.
Yeah, you can't be laughing at these names, bro.
So Caruso was very good back then. He's better now. But
And
regardless,
yeah, don't be laughing at Rondo. Shoot, any team would love having a Rondo on their team.
to not even have him on the top
that's a deep
4
team is what I'm saying.
Yes, and that was his ring he got. That was his ring he got when he was 36 years old.
I don't have him top 4 because he has failed time and time again when it matters most, and those are the moments that really define
against
really
teams that none of them would have beaten.
Hold on, that really differentiate you because, like I say again, I keep bringing him up. Karl Malone, top 3 all time in NBA scoring, 25 and 10. So because he's terrible, you then take him down several notches all time.
And that's what I do with LeBron James and James Harden. Yep. So the same mentality that LeBron fan over here has about Karl Malone is the same mindset that I have about LeBron James and these other guys. If you're a playoff choker, you're off of my list. Get the heck. Don't even come close to my Mount Rushmore.
He's not even top 20 for most people, and I probably agree with that because he failed when it mattered most.
Yep.
Just like LeBron James. The only difference is Karl Malone stayed on his team through most of his career. He ring chased at the end at 40, but LeBron started ring chasing at 26, stacking the decks and stealing these cheap rings.
Yep.
And
he still fails more than not.
The 3-1.
Hold on. My guy here, I don't know if he's starting to digest some of this stuff SKAP is saying, but I notice he's calmed down. He's calmed down a lot.
The 3-1 comeback is a cheap ring?
Cheap ring.
How?
They're all cheap
How
rings.
in the world? Cheap ring?
SKAP.
Saved by the bell, my friend.
I respect it.
This isn't really going to be much of a debate. I just have 3 quick questions for you. I'm done.
Okay.
So, LeBron James won the championship in 2016.
Yup.
Do you know what month that was?
Well, 2016 would be June.
It was June 2016. Okay. Do you remember?
Can you say what he said? I want to hear it. Can I say it real quick?
What?
Cleveland, this is for you. Okay, great. Sorry, I had to say
I
that.
thought he was going to say that one right there made me the greatest of all time. That's what I think.
Last Dance, the Last Dance documentary that we all watched when the world shut down, that we all know and love, right? Came out in 2020. Do you know when that started production?
It aired on 2020.
Yeah, but it started.
The real answer is when did that start? It started in 1997. Okay? It started in 1997 and it got delivered in 2020.
Producing a couple months after LeBron James came back from a 3-1 deficit. So you're saying
that was a great documentary, though.
It was an
it?
exceptional documentary.
Like
but here's my point.
Ever.
You're saying that LeBron James. You're saying that. You said he's not on your Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume by your tone that he's not even top 10, which is insane. But,
he's top 10 for now. Yes.
For now.
For now. Yeah.
This is disgusting. Okay.
I mean, dude, in the future there are going to be better players to knock him down a notch. It's happened in my lifetime. You know, Wilt used to be way up there for everybody when I was young in the 80s. He's not that far up for most people anymore. You know, he used to be considered like at the top or like the top 3, you know, and we talk about like Bill Russell, we talk about Kareem, but then guys like Magic came in and Bird came in and Jordan came in and all that stuff, you know, so the same thing's going to happen to LeBron. He's going to go lower in the list.
But your claim is that LeBron James has never come close to being the GOAT.
Correct.
But the person who you think is the GOAT had to start producing a documentary about the Last Dance after LeBron James passed him to be the GOAT by coming back from 3-1, something that your GOAT's never done. So all I'm saying...
Yeah, well, and your GOAT, LeBron, had a documentary made about him while he was still playing. What's it called? More Than a Game or whatever. And then recently he said, oh, it's just basketball, you guys. It's just basketball. Yeah, that guy.
Is if I were,
and wait, you're saying LeBron became the GOAT in 2016? Is that what you're saying?
3 championships? After 3 championships, he was the GOAT. And at that point, oh my God, like what was his finals record? -1, -2, -3, -4. So he won 3 and lost 4. 3 out of 7. That made him the greatest of all time. That's some low standards, man.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Get out of here. Get out.
Here's the thing, right?
Get out.
If I as a secure man, were secure in my status as the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Right. And I watched someone do something that I'd never done.
Right.
But if I was really secure in my status as the greatest basketball player that ever lived, I wouldn't have to go find a production team to produce a documentary about my last hurrah
let me follow
in the NBA.
That's
all
let
I'm
me
saying.
follow up with
So
that.
it's not nobody.
Michael Jordan has never once ever said that he was the greatest player of all time.
Facts.
LeBron James has chosen one tattooed on himself. He calls himself the king. He calls himself the GOAT every chance he gets. He showed up to a party once that he threw himself with 2 actual live goats. All right? And you're telling me that Michael Jordan's the one that's insecure in his status?
So let me ask you a question.
Me don't think the gentleman protects too much.
As an athlete, or as any to aspire to any level of greatness, don't you have to have a little bit of self-delusion?
For sure, and they all think they're great.
Okay, so what's wrong with
But
LeBron
they
James thinking he's
don't
the
Okay,
GOAT?
so then what's wrong with Michael Jordan dropping a doc?
Out of their way to say
LeBron James goes out of his way?
Of course he does.
Did LeBron James call himself the chosen one?
Yeah, well,
He
tattooed it on his back.
But did he call
Oh my God, is he really about to make this argument?
himself that?
I don't know.
Who cares if he called himself, dude? If Michael Jordan had a tattoo that said GOAT on his body, like the GOAT or whatever, I wouldn't give a damn. I would never say, oh, and SKAP wouldn't either. We would never say, oh, Jordan never said he's the GOAT. He always respected everyone else. If you have it tattooed on yourself, that's more than words, man. That's for life. You know, that's a statement for life.
Sports Illustrated.
No, he didn't call himself that. So if you're calling me the chosen one, I'm going to tattoo myself the chosen one.
He did in his freaking skin.
Does call himself the king.
He is the king.
He calls himself the GOAT.
He's both of those things.
He's neither.
I call myself Dwayne Marcus. It's on my birth certificate. This is who I am. If I am these things, I'm going to call myself these things.
Oh, man.
LeBron James.
The amount of just, double standards it really kills me. It kills my soul. It does. It really does.
Has failed too much in the most important moments of his career to be considered the
Agreed.
GOAT. There are many people that have answered the challenge and the bell more closely to Michael Jordan, way more closely than LeBron James.
If there were more aliens from whatever planet Victor Wembanyama came from, and they came down here right now tomorrow and said, send us the greatest basketball player you've ever seen for the fate of the universe, they wouldn't send Andre Iguodala. They wouldn't send Michael Jordan. They would send LeBron Raymond James.
But wait a second. LeBron James couldn't even beat his peers in the NBA. You think he can beat aliens for the fate of human existence?
He didn't need Bill Murray to beat. He didn't need Bill Murray to beat the aliens for human existence. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
That's a wrap for us, but the debate is not over. Basketball on Threads. Get into it.
Damn, man. All right, guys. Wow. Yeah, when I first started this, I didn't think it was going to be like 3 hours on my end, but I apologize, but I don't. Guys, like, this is just how it is. These are some serious things that are being said back and forth here, so I have to chime in as much as I can, or as much as I need to. But yeah, that final question, dude. I mean, really, who here right now listening to me would actually pick LeBron James in a game to save us, like to save the world? I might have an unpopular opinion on this one, but I'm going Michael Jordan 1 and Larry Bird 2. I'm sorry. I'm doing it every time. I don't care. This isn't about like rankings or anything like that. This is a different question. But LeBron would be down there with James Harden as far as like keep them far away from this. Don't even let them in the lineup because I don't want the world to end. And the world is going to end if we lose this damn game. So don't even let them near the building when this game takes place. That's how I feel about it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And guys, anybody who watched all 3 of these, like all the way through, you guys are awesome. But at the same time, you won't see a video from me for, I believe, if I stick to the game plan, I said I'm going to take a full week off. So that's 7 days. This will be 3 videos. I'll probably do, I'll do one where like I make one full video out of this, and that'll probably come out tomorrow or the next day. But from this point, you guys won't see an upload from me, a video, for another 4 days. And then I'll be back. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. SKAP, man. SKAP brought his A game. Like, SKAP annihilated these guys, in my opinion. And I really enjoyed the first time SKAP was on this show, but I think he leveled up on this one. He really did great. So yeah. Anything else I have to say? Nah, I think we're good, guys. I'm gonna get out of here, get to editing and all that stuff. Like the vid on the way out. Subscribe if you want more content like this, and we'll get back to our daily uploads in just a couple of days. All right, guys. Have a fun conversation down in the comments, and be water, my friends.